Listen to them. Bad games of the night. What music they make. Hello, Charkie. Hello, Sid.
Hey, Cass.
Hey, Cass. Hey, Charkie.
Please, call me Count Cass for tonight's purposes. This is the Bad Game Hall of Fame. This is Vampire Games Suck. It's a night all about vampire games, and also a reference to the hit 2010 film, Vampires Suck. If we can build an entire long-term series around the fucking movie Eurotrip, then I think we can do a night based on a flop 2010 parody movie. So vampires, Dracula, Carmilla, others, other vampires.
Orlok.
That's one. There we go. Do we know any other vampires?
Sid, you gotta know some. Come on.
Lestat de Leoncourt.
There you go. If you didn't say that, I knew friend of the show, Dee Dee's Vacuum, was going to be very angry at you.
Very good. So, yes, tonight we have gathered an assortment, an amuse-bouche of vampire games of questionable quality, and we're going to play them. We're going to take turns tonight playing them. Some of them are not bad in the traditional sense. Some of them are just really old and antiquated, but important historically, so I want to highlight a few of those. And then, of course, there are a few that just, pardon the pun, suck. So, all angles will be covered tonight. I was gonna ask, what's your familiarity with vampires? As if that's a fucking question.
I've heard of them before, you know.
Vampires? I've seen them.
In my backyard.
I guess the question here, a real pointed question that actually makes some sort of sense, is what is your affection for vampire media? And do you see yourself relating to or sympathizing with vampires in any media?
I think vampires are cool. I'm not like... I mean, my genre of horror is ghost stuff. I'm all in on ghost stuff. But I think a vampire can be real cool. I think it is entirely appropriate to call them all Draculas if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But no, you put like a vampire character in a video game or something, like I'm gonna be like, oh hell yeah, I'm gonna play that guy or that gal.
And how
Sid,
about
what about
you,
you?
Sid? Yeah.
Well, you know, it's good that Charkie brought up friend of the show, Devious Vacuum, actually, because this was her idea. So for my 30th birthday, I went to New Orleans. And part of the reason was, I mean, Charkie was visiting, and also the Anne Rice Vampire Ball was taking place. And there was also Endless Night, a separate, not specifically vampires, but supernatural ghouls focused thing. So
yeah, I was supposed to be there,
that,
actually. I was supposed to be there, but I got the wrong invite, and I ended up going to the Ayn Rand Vampire Night.
It's one person should have all the blood, really. Whoever can do the most with the blood deserves it.
So, yes.
It's unfortunate that like we're not doing Endless Night this year. Like I think there's a possibility Sid and I were going to meet up again this year for that, but unfortunately Taylor Swift is having a concert around the same time.
Ooh.
That is not a good time to visit a city.
Yeah, probably not. Probably best to schedule around that.
Different class of supernatural event.
A different sort of phenomena, if you will. But one thing we never have to schedule around, because we always know it's going to be here on the show. It's old, reliable as far as I'm concerned. It's like clockwork. And of course, I am referring to Charkie's Stream Snack. So, did you bring a bag of blood to munch on tonight?
I did not. I did bring something spooky though. I brought the Alani Nu Witch's Brew energy drink. I still have a few of these. I went to Walmart, tried to look for some more. All gone. They only had one can left, and it was disconcertingly sticky, so I didn't go with that one. So I'm gonna have to make do with what I have for the rest of October. But the snack tonight is Farm Rich jalapeno poppers again, and I have ill tidings on the future of Stream Snack.
Oh no.
So I put these in for $4.50. It's $4.50 for like 12 minutes. And like halfway through, the oven starts making like a loud beeping sound, and instead of 450, it says F20. So, and then the oven just turns off. And I tried putting it back on, and it said F20 again, and it turned itself off. And I look in there, and still with like 6 minutes to go, there was like a whole bunch of smoke coming off of these jalapeno poppers. The outsides are definitely burnt. I just let it sit in there in the heat for the next 5 minutes with the oven off to kind of like cook through a little more in case it hadn't cooked all the way. But I think my oven's broken.
Unfortunate.
So I don't know what I'm doing for future stream snacks. I still have some granola bars. I might need to find things that I could microwave, which I really don't want to microwave. Or I need to find out how to get my air fryer working. I don't know how it operates. But let's see. These jalapeno poppers, let us try it, see if it is cooked on the inside or not. Well, the outside is overcooked.
No shit.
I mean, it's probably fine. It's just jalapeno and cream cheese heated up. So it's not like a meat situation where I'd actually be worried about getting food poisoning again.
Yeah, catch salmonella off that raw jalapeno.
That'll do it for the nice stream snack. I guess pray for me that I get this oven thing fixed for future stream snack segments.
With any luck at all, I'm drinking my water. I got my Monster Ultraviolet. Again, I also forgot to pick up blood on the way back home today.
I on the way home, I was trying to find if I could get like a blood orange energy drink. Couldn't find any.
What a shame. Someone just popped something else open. I just heard a can open up.
No, that's me opening the Witch's Brew.
Okay, very good. I thought you were opening up a fresh neck that you could...
Carbonated neck.
Sai in chat says that jalapeno blood is cream cheese, so yeah.
Well, there you go. If you think about it, really. All right, cut to the main stage. Let's get some games underway. Also, I guess one last thing before we get into the games. I was in an arcade the other day. By the other day, I mean yesterday. It was one of those round ones, and they have a lot of those import rhythm games from Japan. And I like to play them. I'm a fan of them. Chunithm, I'm okay at. But there's this game called Waka, and it's like circular. So people have compared it to a washing machine, but like the entire ring around the screen is a touch screen. So you need to like have your fingers in the right place for given notes. And let me just say, I understand why professional rhythm game players wear gloves, because I ran my fingers fucking raw, and so my hands are just a mess right now. I feel like, what's his name? 8-Ball from the beginning of Grand Theft Auto 3. My hands are all messed up. Y'all are gonna have to drive. Y'all are gonna have to play some of the games tonight, so I can give my fingies a break. Folks, you can check out the Discord server if you want to see some gnarly photos of my hands in the Rhythm Hell channel, I suppose.
Yeah, you could also go there to see me play a rhythm track of ordinary sausage making a jello mold out of SpaghettiOs.
That's true. What a banger song that was. Sound of the summer, some would say. Speaking of summer, I don't know. I don't actually know when this first game we're gonna play came out precisely. It's The Count, number 5 in the Scott Adams Adventure series.
Or Dilbert.
Not the same Scott Adams, thank God. This Scott Adams was a pioneer of the adventure game genre. This Count game would have come out at some point in 1979 for the TRS-80 computer. We're going to be playing an Apple II version that actually has some graphics in it. When these games initially released, they did not have any graphics. This was the era before graphic adventures. Adventure, as you see on the cover here, is a series of 14 text adventure and graphic adventure games, primarily written by Scott Adams and published by Adventure International. Some of the games were first published by the TRS-80 Software Exchange for their TRS-80 home computer, as mentioned, between 1978 and 1979, before Adventure International was formed. The games were initially released purely as text adventures. The 12 originals were re-released with graphics as Scott Adams' Graphic Adventures beginning in 1982, and the final 2 games debuted with graphical versions. Hence, that's the version we're going to be playing tonight, is the Saga version of The Count on Apple II. And I will get that booted up. I will get that launched. You'll have to bear with me. And bear in mind that this is still primarily a text adventure, so it's not the most exciting start, but it is the most historic start. It is an important start in the sense that that this is the progenitor of all vampire games. I just realized that Apple when I need to crop, like 30, 40 pixels? No, how about 48 pixels off the side? There we go. And then maybe like 1 or 2 from the bottom. Yeah, let's try 2 off the bottom. No, okay, maybe a little more. Let's just do 54, 4, and another 4 for good luck.
That's 40. That's 40.
Oh, that is 40. Good call. Good noticing my OBS elements. Thank you. Okay, Sci42 says, you too can learn more about Scott Adams by reading 50 Years of Text Games by Aaron A. Reed, a recommended bit of reading, which I'm always happy when folk have recommended reading for us, for viewers. Okay, flip this diskette over, hit return.
If you would like to learn more about the other Scott Adams, you can read The Dilbert Future.
Yes. There's Adventure International's address and phone number, as you used to put in your games back in the day. I would not try contacting them now. I think they are long since defunct. Let's open this letter. Let's see what this invitation is. Hi there. This is an open letter to all you software users. Press space to continue. Think I will. I'm Scott Adams, president of AI, Adventure International, and author of the Adventure series. Hi, Scott! I want to chat for a moment about software piracy, and then we'll get on with the main events. The software you're about to enjoy took considerable time, effort, and money to devise. We have a large staff here at AI, and many authors worldwide. All these people and myself have one major thing in common. We all depend on AI sales for our livelihood. If you were to give or accept a pirated copy of this program, please take a minute to think of the consequences. We set the price with the thought of,
the short is like, don't copy that floppy.
So please, next time you're asked for a copy of a copyrighted program, please say, sorry, no! Tell them you respect the efforts of free individuals in a free society to make an honest living. Tell them where to buy their own copy. God bless America. Sorry to run on so much, but I really want to let you know my views on what I consider a serious problem facing our new fledgling industry. And it was new in 1979.
Why don't we get intros like that to games anymore?
Because they're cowards,
Right?
that's why.
They don't want to credit a person like that.
Hi, I'm Bobby Kotick. Before we start, I'd like to
talk to you for a moment about...
Think about how you harm me.
Oh, that's a banger title screen. That is sick. That's Scott Adams, presumably, again, doing his Halloween costume for the year. Want to restore a previously saved game? I don't have a previously saved game, so... slot for voice outputs. I could not get this working, but there were, in fact, audio processing, voice processing sample units for the Apple II that you could plug in, and discs that had sound voices on deck would play through that. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to say none on this one, otherwise the game just straight up doesn't work.
B-42 Vampire!
Note descriptions at the top of the screen. Welcome to Adventures 5, The Count, dedicated to Alvin Files. I see I was put to bed. It's afternoon and I overslept. What shall I do? Die, I guess. I don't know how to die something.
You don't... I don't know how to K-die.
Yeah, I don't know where that K came from. What shall I do? Okay, let's look. I see nothing special.
Except those toes.
Let's take sheets.
Not worth an OnlyFans, I guess.
Why does it keep saying take? Why does it keep putting K's in front of? Is it because when I press the enter button? Oh no, there we go. Take
Oh, okay.
pillow.
So
You
wait,
never
what
know.
was it making K's?
I have no idea. It's really hanging on trying to take this pillow right now. In fact, it may have crashed trying to take the pillow.
That's a load-bearing pillow.
An adventure without leaving your armchair.
All right, let's restart this.
You know, the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning, I open my eyes, I take my sheets, and I take my pillow, and I just walk out the room with them.
Take two. As soon as it lets me. As soon as we can move back into the, yep. Okay, cool. Prepare yourself. No.
Hi there. I see you. You tried to take the pillow, smartass.
Okay. What shall I do? Let's get up. I don't think we're going to clear this entire game tonight, by the way, so. Okay. What
Oh
should
my
I
god,
do?
we got the Stardew Valley bed.
There's a closed window and a brass bed. Some exits are north.
Is this supposed to be your house, or you were in jail?
They have not specified that as of yet. Maybe the manual would give you a little bit of that pre-game context. But let's open window.
I do notice it says, like, I see I was put to bed. That sounds like it was against your will.
I'm up in a
But then
castle.
I'm saying that you overslept.
I'm up in a castle. In the distance, I see Voodoo Castle. There's standing room outside the window. Go window.
Go, window, go. Go, window, go.
I see a flagpole in the wall. Take flag. Why don't I?
Oh, there's no flag. There's just a flagpole.
It is beyond my power to do that.
I must study on this.
What shall I do? Jump. Oh!
Well, you know, some of the text I cut off, but I think I get the gist of it.
Here we go. We can hide the images in this graphic adventure. I fall to my death. As I fall, I notice a dark window under the bedroom window ledge. You have lost. This adventure is now over. Let's
Some tips.
hit return for text, or Y to replay. Y. No, there's no previously saved games, so... Okay, let's just try going north, which you can just do by pressing... Oh, right, I need to get up out of bed first.
Honestly, I hope you were kidnapped, but your first reaction was, "Oh no, I overslept."
That's the primary concern on my mind.
About.
There are some exits. It's a hall inside the castle. There's exits north, south, east, and west. Pick a direction.
South.
All right.
All right, good.
Right back where we started. Okay. Let's check this room on the east. Ominous.
Ooh.
Still
Take
unsure if
the
this is your
coat of
house or not.
There's a coat of arms and a bed and a bell pull. How about I pull bell? A bell rings somewhere. Ding dong. Let's keep going through the door, why don't we? Can't go through it. Even though there's clearly the door is open, we see stairs. It will not let us go north. We can only exit east and west. Which I guess we'll just keep
Pull the
going
bell
east
again.
then.
Yeah, Paul S. Up. Oh, we escaped Dr. Wiley's castle.
Castle towering above me, fence with an open gate, and a crowd beyond. Look, crowd. Who's the crowd? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
That's
Join.
not good.
Join crowd. All right, Paul S. said that the skeleton door in that room was well drawn. Not that skeleton. Not that skull.
I don't know how to join something. Go mob.
Okay, never mind.
Go crowd.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Peasants attack me. I was supposed to destroy the vampire. You have lost. This adventure is now over.
Maybe you could have told us that a little bit sooner.
Well, the mob looked angry. I guess they were going to kill the first person they saw, just assuming they were a vampire.
Actually, it sounds, the way they phrase it, it sounds like they killed you for not killing the vampire.
Yeah.
We had a job to do. We didn't do it in time. We didn't do it to their satisfaction.
Okay, so yeah, you woke up late after being put to bed in the vampire's castle, and like, this guy's taking forever.
This guy's sleeping on the job. All right, is that enough to count? Is that enough? Do we get the idea here?
I guess, if you want to move on.
Text adventure is maybe not the most exciting thing to show on stream, but hey, if you can get a couple good deaths in, if you can die a couple times in a text adventure on stream, that's all you really need to pop the crowd.
Bobinator says apparently this guy worked on a Redwall game that came out on Steam a few years back.
No kidding. I did see that he was still involved in the business in some capacity. Not a major one. He's not really a going concern like he was back in the day, but God bless him for keeping their toes in the game, keeping some skin in the game. Speaking of games, it's time to move on to our next one, isn't it? And that is going to be Dracula for the Intellivision. Ooh, released 1983, developed and published by Imagic Software. This was, Charkie, you recommended this one.
Yes.
You recommended we put this one on the show. You recommended it for the fact that the manual included, the synopsis for the game is really quite incredible. So I have that prepared here.
Also, because it's an Intellivision game, how good could it be?
Yes, of course. Is this legible to you, Charkie? Can you read this?
I can read. I'll need to get a... let me get a little closer here. You say you're always thirsty, Count Dracula? You say you're the most unpopular guy in town? That people always run from the sight of you? You say the police harass you every chance they get, even when you're just minding your own business? And you claim that even birds and animals are unfriendly, no matter what you do. And you've got insomnia every night and are allergic to the sun? Well, my man, I'd say you've got some grave problems.
That's all the instruction you need, folks. That's all you need. That's all the setup. That's all anyone would need to get into a game, I would think. I would hope. Like, I assume everyone is just caught up to speed now and that you all know how to play this game at this point. But it will be Charkie who carries our hopes and dreams, who plays this one tonight.
It'll be you who has to tell me how to play this game.
It's going to be me who tells you how to even start the fucking game.
I think of it, this setup is kind of the same as Untitled Goose Game.
Except
everyone already hates you.
Give me 2 seconds while I get this to actually appear on stream.
There's just a button to say bleh at people.
Okay. Now let's put you in control.
All right.
And I'm going to need to walk you through how to get the game started.
All right.
Okay. So this is the free Intellivision emulator. It is a core built within RetroArch. So the first thing you might try to do is press start.
Okay. But
that will pause the emulator. If you press the A button on your controller, you will see a list of commands.
No, it won't. Oh, I pressed the B button on my controller.
All right, so just flip those around in your head.
Okay, so for some reason it's Nintendo'd.
So take a quick look at this. I'm going to open up the overlay that you would have put on top of your controller back in the day. Because the Intellivision was a system that required putting overlays on top of the controller. It had numpad on it. And
can the chat can't see that though, right?
No, I could show it to them. Do folk want to see it? I'll show you. I'll show the chat real quick what one of these would look like. He's got to give me a second to bring it up on stream. Okay, something like this, which you would set over your controller.
That there is a bat button.
There is a button to bat, a dedicated button to bat here. Okay. You can go ahead and exit this menu now.
All right. All right, there we go.
So, to start the game, in this emulator, you're going to need to hold down the L button, left trigger on your controller.
Okay.
Try right trigger.
And?
Try buttons until you see a numpad on screen. There we go.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, hold... Okay, left bumper.
Yes. Now,
now
you can set the players by selecting 1 or 2. Select 1 for our purposes. You select difficulty. Easy is 4, medium is 5, hard is 6.
Let's go with 4.
Let's go with 5.
Let's go with 5.
And then to start the game, it will be the 8.
Okay.
And there we are. You are now Count Dracula. Oh, there's somebody. You gotta go walk up to him. You can use the D-pad to move around, theoretically. Analog stick?
Nope.
Huh.
What if you hold L?
Yeah, that's what I tried. That was my first thought, actually, was to hold L and then select the buttons as they would be.
Let me see what my port 1 controls. Yeah, these should all map properly. I don't see why they wouldn't. Let's try this.
All right, send me back in, coach. Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, worst case scenario, I'll just take over if this. I can't get this working in 2 more seconds. Oh, wait, no, you're controlling the menus though. You totally had control over like.
Yeah.
So you would just assume that shit would work. But let's try one last desperation move here. And go.
So I have control. Nothing. I can do that.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm taking over.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
This is actually why people don't like Dracula.
So the goal of this game is to suck blood, is to find people on the street
Yeah. Yep.
and bite them for points. You can also knock on doors.
Is there supposed to be sound?
There is sound.
Okay.
The sound is coming through on the stream.
It is coming through on the stream, yes. Okay.
Are both of you not hearing it at all?
Nope.
Awesome.
I was hearing sound earlier, so I just assumed the text adventure was silent. So
Yes, the text adventure was silent.
Yeah.
So, as you
Okay,
see,
well, fuck it.
that's someone who came out of their door. I mentioned that we mentioned the dedicated button to bat, but if you do that, eagles will try to swoop down and catch you, so you can't do it for too long.
This entire town is being swarmed by eagles in the air who are just like waiting for a bat.
All these people going outside in onesies.
You know, 1800s, presumably. That was the height of fashion back in the day. Hello, Dracula here. Why does no one answer the door when I say I'm Dracula? You think they would want to meet a celebrity?
Land shark.
Singing telegram? Okay. So, it's
you
exciting.
See their eyes in the window?
You can.
Oh.
When the dog bites you, you slow down. I don't think it kills you, but it does mean that we're limping a little bit here. And we also can't open doors anymore. So let's do this.
Oh, almost got you. Also, the sun's almost coming up. I think. Maybe?
Yep.
The sky's turned purple.
Which means that it is time, before we die, to get back in our coffin.
Vertically. Yep. Moon's happy about this.
Nice one.
That's what a cop looks like in this game, so we're just going to avoid them. Smell you later, copper.
I'm going to shoot you with my billy club.
Can't stop me
It's
killing
skin
this guy.
tone, so maybe he's got a big arm, actually.
So I turned him into a zombie.
Yeah, I was about to ask, did you, like, ghoul him? Which, yes.
Yep. He's now one of our loyal servants of the night. And again, it's not letting me knock on doors. Oh, there we go. There must be some condition that you need to meet to knock on doors that I'm just not privy to, because sometimes it disables it for reasons I don't know.
There a cooldown, maybe?
Another ghoul.
My knuckles are so sore. I can't knock on the door yet.
Can I control this ghoul? Maybe like player 2 could theoretically... Oh, did you see there was like an AS in the window up there? Developer initials, maybe? Did I activate some obscure Easter egg a la like adventure? Ow! Well, walk it off.
I'm fine. That's fine.
And you know, cops always throwing stakes at people.
Does it only stun you, not like kill you?
Who's to say? Let's see if I can... There we go.
I do like how he Pac-Mans when he goes to feed. It makes him look a little less threatening.
Because otherwise, he's very threatening. Otherwise, the sprite is incredibly intimidating. Otherwise, this is truly a horrifying horror game.
How much controversy was there around this one?
None.
It's like they're ultra realistic.
We'll get to a game that stirred some controversy later tonight. We do have at least one. But yeah, this was your game. This is the classic Intellivision run cycle on that guy in the red over there. And, you know, this is slightly more advanced than what you would get on your Atari VCS at the time. This was considered the height of graphical fidelity in the home console space for a period in time. This was considered the height of gameplay excitement. I mean, how can you have more controls than what you could put on a phone dial pad, right? Who would need any more buttons than that?
I want to see another green guy, because I can't, in my mind's eye, not see them as, like, Jamiroquai. The hat's a little short, but... I don't know, they got the little hat, and they got the green. You can imagine it's like a tracksuit or something.
Well, this game is the definition of virtual insanity, so it's...
You know how to tell if you need to knock on a door, right? There are eyes in the windows.
Not always reliable. Some cases you will knock on a door that doesn't have eyes and someone will still come out, so it doesn't hurt to. And sometimes there will be eyes and they won't come out. But what I do know is that we need to get back to our coffin for Knight's rep.
Ooh, gotcha. The combo extension.
I know you couldn't hear that, but that was an incredible sound. It sounded like the Intellivision dying. It sounded like, for all intents and purposes, they were just like, well, if you die, the console dies with you, so. All right, that's going to do it for Dracula on the Intellivision. Let's go ahead, put that away for the time being. Move on to our next game, why don't we? Which, Sid, you're going to take the helm on this one once we do get the game up and running. This one's a curio. This one is only recently playable. This one has only recently have people gone through the effort of preserving this in some capacity. It is a 1983 unreleased arcade game. This is Vampire for the arcades, developed by Brass International on behalf of Entertainment Enterprises. I found a page dedicated to providing some of the information on this game here. It's at slither-gdi.net, vampire.htm, and I'm just going to read a brief snippet from it to get us all up to speed here. This is a strange game from a new company. In fact, Entertainment Enterprises Limited was only making their second coin-op appearance with Vampire. The player controls a vampire who stalks the streets of a European village in search of women. Yeah, you've got to bite 6 of them before sunrise while avoiding holy men, priests, nuns, and holy water fountains. Coming into contact with anything sacred will result in the vampire dying and turning into a skeleton. For some real fun, he can touch his coffin and turn into a bat for some faster travel. Either way, our hero must avoid wooden stakes and can kill the holy men for 600 points apiece. There's a little bit more.
When you turn into a skeleton, you have to walk over to the next arcade cabinet. It's called Skeleton, and you get to play that one.
The game continues.
Yeah.
It's a cross-media experience. This one, I think we have to play in MAME, which means that we're going to have to get your controls bound real quick as can be. Oh, that's the wrong. I launched Dracula again instead of Vampire. Whoopsies.
How could you confuse
Same difference.
these titles? They really called Dracula Dracula because no game was called that, and not because it was like a quintessential Dracula experience.
That was how it was back in those days. Like, you could call your game Football, and it wouldn't get confused for any other game, because that was it.
Let me just get the volume sorted for the audience.
Okay.
And I'll see if I can't sort out the audio for you as well. I'm sorry the game window is so tiny. Oh, that was a loud-ass sound. Okay. Give me, Sid, give me an up. I think you pressed 3 different buttons there. Let's try that again. Press 1 up button. 1 button for up. 1 button for down. 1 for left. Right. A button 1. A button 2. Give me a button for putting a coin in the machine. And give me a button for starting the damn game. All right, that's as good as we're going to get here. Vampire stalks the woman. Okay.
Let's live on the edge with 1 credit first.
I was at the mall today, and there was this thing like
Ugh.
flashing lights.
That was a holy man, by the way, so that was not one that you were meant to bite.
Anyway, I was at the mall today, and they had this, not really an arcade machine, although it looked like it was supposed to be like a VR experience machine for like a roller coaster thing.
Jesus.
And it said to start game, 15 credits.
Credit inflation has gotten crazy at the arcades. Okay, try chasing...
Okay, so problem here is that maybe I'll try the buttons now and see if any of these make me move faster. Because this is my full tilt movement speed. That's a little...
You can leave behind a silhouette. You can leave behind a decoy that the enemies will be confused by. That's holy water.
Oh, yep, that is, yes.
Yeah, holy water. So someone has consecrated this fountain in the middle of town.
At least they give you plenty of lives in this game.
Now I'm not moving at all. The window's up. Yeah.
All right, that was your last life. Try it again. Believe it or not, you did not make the top 10 with that showing, with that scoring. Let me read a little bit more of this while you get in. There are 4 different screens, with the first being the European village. The second one takes place in a graveyard with some very confusing stairways, while the third features the vampire's castle, which resembles a church, especially since his prey is a bride dressed in white. And the final screen is a bonus round where you have to use the joystick to plant a kiss of death on the neck of a woman, or for 2,000 points. The controls consist of a joystick and a shadow button, which, when pushed, gives the fiendish bloodsucker the ability to disappear from sight and leave an apparition behind to confuse approaching enemies.
Just one woman. Just. All right.
There you go.
Mwah.
2.
Mwah.
Now, bear in mind, nuns will still kill you.
Oh, those are not.
Oh, that's a nun. Okay.
You can tell by the cross
now.
They're holding a cross. Yes.
Those
I'm surrounded.
red-garbed nuns.
At least you used the decoy successfully there. Then you collided with the priest when you were trying to go for the lady there.
This, the scrolling's real.
Great. Yeah, I know.
No, I went to a Catholic school as a kid, and we had some Dominican nuns teaching us. And Dominican nuns wear white habits. And the joke that went around from the nuns themselves was that they wear white habits so that you can see the blood on it.
Classy nuns.
Very, very strict teachers.
All right, give me the fucking controls for this. I'm.
All right. It's a prototype, therefore nothing is my fault.
That's true. There's a reason why this one didn't come out in the arcades. Why this one ultimately got canceled before release, probably, if I had to guess. But the reason is not clear to me. I mean, it seems perfect. Seems fully functional at this point in time. Okay. Okay. So first things first. Love that walk cycle. Love that Dracula.
There you go.
Turn into a bat. 1, 2, 3.
This frame rate's getting
4.
I was going for more of a no coffin run. No.
I ran out of bat power, and the lady turned back into a nun.
Oh wait, what? So when nuns see a bat out there, they're like, "Oh yeah, fuck God, I'm taking this thing off."
Love the soundscape, love the visuals, the flashing lights, the whole package.
Can't hear the soundscape myself, unfortunately.
I wish I knew what was going on. Oh, Christ. Well, here's stage 2. We made it. I'm trapped. Unless...
Well, that would also kill you, so... Why does
I like how this
go up and down?
I like how the screen scrolls when you move, but it doesn't scroll in relation to where you move.
No, it's all relative. Oh, God.
It reminds me of when my brother and I tried to use some game making software. I think it was like Click and Play or Click and Create or one of that line of software. And we didn't know exactly how to do survival horror movement. Because there's a control scheme in the game that let you start moving in a direction, but it was like race car movement, so you had to brake. So like that doesn't make sense. So our solution was randomly just at a regular time interval make the character stop moving, and that'll kind of feel like you're playing Resident Evil.
Close enough, anyway.
Would it sometimes mean you stop as soon as you start moving? Yes. But
those are the risks we take. All right, how many ladies have I bitten so far? Because I think they do persist between lives. Your score, your body count. Oh wait, this is a dead end.
Designed?
That's a good question. Remains to be seen. The jury is still out if this was designed in any capacity or if it was more just came into being. Okay. I think we successfully...
What is
going
on? Hold on.
That's the sun. That's the sun
that
coming
is
up.
The sun. We took so long.
Are we outside? I guess it was a tree, I guess. Never mind.
Ugh.
This is like MC Escher's Catholic Hellscape.
I do like that your skeleton is larger than your body.
Well, Drac is larger than life. What can you say? He's had his night out. He's on the prowl. He's ready to mingle. All right, I think I can grab her.
Grab her commenting on the walk cycle. They're right. It is very good.
It's classic sneaking sort of walk.
I think we made it stage 3.
Or at least this perspective makes more sense. I don't know how you're supposed to get past this.
Uh-oh.
That's
garlic?
Is that garlic?
You thought the garlic would get you, but it turned out to be the priest instead, because I put myself in a corner. No one puts Dracula in a corner except for me. Count Cassidy. Okay, I need to see which direction this guy tries to go down, so I can go the opposite direction.
Let's see.
You'll go up those stairs backwards, yep. And... Mwah.
Congratulations. You have completed an evil round! Use joystick to position his... Oh!
that's straight landing. That is just a WarioWare minigame.
And then the game would loop, and then that would be the breadth of content in the game. And then you can go ahead and flash a screen and forfeit a life and game over eventually. But I think that will do it. I didn't even make the high score list for that. I thought that was pretty cracked. I thought that was a pretty good play of Dracula for, or Vampire for the arcades. But goes to show what I know, I guess. Anyway, that game never came out, and the world's a worse place for it because that mini game was c'est magnifique, if I do say so. All right,
that should have been the whole game. Honestly.
That should have been the whole game. Should have just been like positioning Dracula's head so he's able to bite the necks of ladies. It should have just been like variations on that. But
yeah, like one person's like 3 people in a trench coat,
and you got to figure out which neck do you bite. Which one is the? All right. Next up on the list tonight, we're visiting a microcomputer from the European region. This is a precursor to a segment that we'll soon be pursuing. And so, Charkie, I'm going to have you play this one.
All right.
When we're able to. This is for the Amstrad CPC. This is Vampire Killer by Scorpio Games World.
Not that one.
Not that one. This is 1984, so this predates Akumajo Dracula, predates a Vampire Killer on the MSX, predates any of that, even though this cover is very evocative of the similar sort of thing, like Dracula in silhouette, looming over the world at large, over his prey to be. You got a Vampire Killer in the bottom left corner there, staking a vampire. This cover is sick. I will give it that. Will the game...
That skull have facial hair?
Does who have facial hair? The skull?
The skull.
The vampire skull.
I think it's just like hard shadow.
It's up to interpretation, like all great pieces of art. It is up to the viewer's interpretation. You see what you want to see. Being that this is an Amstrad CPC, this is a game that would usually be controlled with your keyboard, but we're going to bind some keys for you, Charkie.
All right.
Well, we will get you to where you can use a controller once we get the game.
Now let's see if I can play this one bad enough that Cass has to take over too.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'll make Cass play all of them tonight.
Now that's a title screen right there.
Writing the text in the paint tool.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make both of us player 1.
Okay.
So that I am able to... Okay. OP9Q. 2 seconds. O. You know, usually I do this before the show, but we were sort of rushed for time. We had to do this before sunrise last night, so otherwise, you know, bad things happen. OP9QAB. Remember 9QAB for me?
Yeah, 9.
Q. I do like that you're able to do this.
A.
That the RetroArch lets you just bind keyboards to controllers like this, so you don't have to get some fucking joy-to-key situation going on.
I thought you were talking about me and my ability to remember 4 characters.
That's also helpful. And then S and G, and then that's how you bind all the keys that you would usually have to just like do on a keyboard to a controller for the benefit of modern gamers with their modern sensibilities and a want to use controllers. That said, I will take brief control. Dracula is asleep on the 12th floor. It is only a few mins to midnight. Can you reach Dracula and kill him before he flies off to claim some more victims? By golly, you'll try. The only way up to the top is by the lifts, and they are out of order. On your way up to the top floor, you must collect garlic stakes, hammers, and crucifix to kill Dracula. These can be found in the rooms, but not all doors lead to rooms. Some are shafts you will drop back to the first floor. Fucking boo. And some are cupboards holding things that will shock you, so watch your shock level. The entrance...
Beans!
The entrance to Dracula's tomb is behind a door on level 12.
Garlic steaks, you say?
Bullets can also be found in the rooms. These can be fired at bats and spiders when in your path. A limited number of bridges can be used to cross the holes in the floor.
Is this Hotel Mario?
You're closer than you might think. O is left. P is right. Left and right. Q is enter a room or a lift. 9 is fire. 0 is also fire. S's status, B to bridge a hole. Good luck. You'll need it. Okay. Do me a favor. Press start to see that this works.
No. Oh, no, it wasn't start. It was something else.
Okay. We'll put you on easy.
All right. Okay.
That's the power of the Amstrad CPC, baby. All right, start going into doors, and while you're playing this game, I'm gonna try to solve our.
Okay, that's the door button.
Oh,
Well,
it's a little adventure now.
Yeah,
Okay,
luckily
just walk out.
it just takes whatever's in the room, so you don't need to worry necessarily about like moving a cursor around the screen and selecting what items you want. It'll also just tell you when a room is unoccupied, when there's nothing for you in it. You
I
know,
want to see
nice
some of these shocking events, though.
Now, if you keep
If I
going
keep
right,
going-
you control the screen.
If I keep
Yeah.
going right, yeah, okay.
Don't walk into that spider unless you shoot it, unless you figure out how to actually get the gun to work.
No, no button is gun.
It's supposed to be 9, so whatever we bound 9 to... Oh. Press S, or press triangle. Press...
Oh, I found that.
You apparently have 4 bullets, you have 0 stakes, 0 hammers. Maybe you don't even have, like, a gun yet? Maybe you need to get the gun first? Maybe go up
Let's
the
assume
lift
that.
and see if that does anything for you.
All right.
The Amstrad CPC produces wonderful sounds.
Can you dig it?
Hey, what do you know? You're back where you
Well-
started. And that's what used to constitute gameplay back in the day. Oh!
So, Let's see. Whoop. All right. Now, if there's nothing in here, well, okay. We seem to be at an impasse.
But just take the spider damage. Be brave.
I have an assumption that, like, if I walk into that spider, I just start over.
Probably. Let's find out, though.
Okay. Well,
Wow, that would take a lot of time. It's not a spider bites you, you die of poison. The spider bit me to death.
I don't
That
understand.
feels like a weekend project. All right.
Vita
self-destruct.
Well, let's see if any of those buttons are bound. Whoops, we have gotten there.
You have
somehow.
self-destructed. Congratulations. Let's restart that so it boots the game again. You can see this Amstrad CPC prompt here.
Ugh. Sorry about my face.
Should be apologizing for the fucking game. Ay, ay.
No buttons.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
Let's put it on easy. Again.
Yeah. Maybe easy will work this time. All right, so now is it random or... Let's see.
Are you hearing that, by the way, now?
It is.
I am not hearing it.
Son of a bitch.
But yes, it is random. So I got bullets. So either you're right and I need to find a gun, or I just don't have shoot bound to anything.
Either way is possible.
I assume that the spider is going to still be there. Yep.
There has to be a way to shoot. They told you how to shoot a gun.
Yes.
Does your keyboard input work? Charkie?
Oh no, keyboard wouldn't work through Parsec.
Okay.
Okay, that's still a shaft.
Okay, let me try this.
Yep. Yeah, I did it. I managed to play so badly. Cass is playing again.
No, it's not letting me control it. That's a problem in and of itself. Retropad with analog, Amstrad keyboard. Oh, that's right. Now I know what I need to do. I need to go to here. And... wait. Fuck. I don't know why that wouldn't work. Controls. Try 1. You know what? I'm just going to use the keyboard. I'm just going to play this game the way it was meant to be played.
It told me to draw a shape on the screen for a second, and I was excited.
Stop pointing out what's happening on my windows. Stop pointing out every time I press a wrong button or...
Social security number.
I thought that was something I did, to be honest.
Okay. Can I get through the door before... No?
Do you have a shoot? Can you shoot?
I have 4 bullets. I'm trying the G key. Maybe G for gun, you know?
Was it 0 or 9 or something? Yeah.
0!
There you go.
Okay, 0 is a
Finger
shoot
gun.
button.
I was kind of hoping there'd be some kind of instant kill event in that room.
The way it was meant to be played. Alright.
So, it looks like there's only sound for, like, opening doors.
Are you hearing it?
No.
Son of a fucking bitch. Folks, we're still working out technical details. Like my co-host being able to hear the games that they're playing, for example. Alright, I think I can just pass under this. I think if they're not in our way, they're not a threat.
Paul S.S., are the empty rooms the bottoms of shafts? I don't think necessarily, because it did say in the thing that some rooms will be empty.
Yeah.
How many rooms to the right can we go? Or how many... At what point does this... Oh! I got shocked! That was a skeleton. It was spooky. More bullets. So this is... If I'm going to pay this some compliments, if I'm going to try to be nice here, ambitious, at the least, for what it is, whoever cooked this up.
I'll say that left and right movement doesn't feel too good, does it?
No, it doesn't, because there's no smooth scrolling or movement in games of this nature.
Yeah. You hold left, and it feels like the game's forgetting what you're doing, like every step of the way. Like, what was I doing? Left. Okay. What was I doing? Left. All right. What? Huh? Left.
Another empty room. Give me something to fight. Give me something to shoot, to kill. Give me a Dracula.
12 floors, huh?
If I take this lift, will it bring me down, back down? It sure
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
What if I want to go up, though? What if I would like to go up? Will the game help me? Does this game have any mechanism for that?
Maybe if there's an elevator that doesn't have one on
Underneath
the bottom
it. Yeah, that has to be it. Oh,
Ooh.
a stake,
I like
presumably?
steak.
floor. Oh, I was thinking a screwdriver, but yeah, stake makes more sense.
There's only 3 minutes and 45 seconds left.
Uh-oh. Do you have a bridge?
You can't move while the bullet is moving its way across the screen. I do
There
have
you
a
go,
bridge.
need a bridge.
Of course.
And a shaft.
Fucking of course. Why wouldn't it be?
Well, there's an elevator
Well,
right there.
You do have, yeah, you do have an elevator, so.
Except
it takes you
back to the
there.
beginning of the
Oh,
fucking
excuse me.
game.
Well, it's only 3 minutes. I mean, you may as well play it out, I guess.
This is obscene. This is. Am I out of bullets?
You might be out of bullets. You only had 4.
No, not according to this.
No, wait, you have 4 more. Never mind.
Not listening? Okay.
I like how even if you're standing still, you're just jogging in place.
Now you wasted a bullet. It's over now.
Oh my god, I think I get it.
What?
It's 0 to shoot when you're facing right, and 9 to shoot when you're facing left. We would have to bind 2 separate shoot buttons for shooting left and shooting right. That was the problem, is that it only worked unidirectionally. Jesus Christ. Europe. How did you last so long? How did the home computer market, how did the microcomputer scene...
Stay tuned for our Miseducation in Microcomputers series to find out how did they survive this long.
Yeah, it's watching this that really sells me on how they like Fantasy Island is, or Fantastic Island is was a big deal.
Yeah, compared to this. How do we go up? How do we go up?
I guess there must be some elevator that actually takes you up instead of down, unless there is a separate button for elevator parentheses up.
I wouldn't put it past the game at this point. That's almost entirely probably what it is. I'm just gonna keep
My
going.
memory says some if-else level coding going on. Oh, it keeps you bridged.
Okay,
I'm shocked. That's actually good.
Try that elevator.
I'll try. I'll give anything a try. Yes, level 3. Now for the first door to open, that we open up to send us right back down to the first floor.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
Well, it's randomized, right? So it's possible, but not this time. So
How
what
would
is
you
hard?
How would you get up to floor 12 with this amount of time and this speed of gameplay?
Perhaps there's like some item that extends time. Perhaps, maybe.
Are the paintings a hint?
Level 2. You went down.
Oh, so that elevator the whole time on level 2 could have taken you up, I guess?
Theoretically.
30 seconds to go. Wow. I wish they made a movie out of this, actually.
This is the video game. This is the video game vampire video game that needed a movie adaptation, that desperately called for the big screen adaptation. This is
instead of
hell.
Blood Rain, they make this.
Uwe Boll's Vampire Killer. Now direct to DVD. You know he's trying to make another movie right now. I hope he doesn't succeed. Going up. Up. It is now midnight. You watch helplessly as Dracula flies off into the night sky. And there he goes. Bye, Dracula. We'll miss you. And that was Vampire Killer. Man, microcomputers, huh? The whole industry, a whole world of those. Hundreds, if not thousands, of microcomputer games. Just waiting to be played, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be unearthed, and then promptly buried back in the earth where it belongs. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, what do we got next? Oh, great. We're going to the Amiga now. It never ends on this show. The torture, the torment, truly. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to kick both of you off of Parsec real quick and have you rejoin.
Okay.
Can you do that for me?
Sure.
Okay.
I have a hunch this should hopefully work. If not, then I don't know. Okay.
It's been a real fun night because Discord also broke for me during that game. I had to leave and come back.
Awesome. We're firing on all cylinders right now, folks.
Yeah.
This is the curse of Dracula.
This is it. This is how we affected Dracula 2000. You know, Dracula Y2K.
I was about to say this is what Castlevania 2 was about. It was technical issues.
Speaking of technical issues, we're about to emulate the Amiga, so prepare yourselves, govern yourselves accordingly for 1988's Fright Night, a tie-in to the movie of the same name. This one was developed and published by Microdeal for the microcomputers. Have you ever seen Fright Night? Have either of you ever seen Fright Night?
I saw the remake that released in the 2000s when every movie had to be in 3D. So I saw Fright Night in 3D.
The way it was meant to be seen.
Sid, did you ever see the original?
Yeah, I saw it. It was on cable TV in a hotel.
The way it was meant to be seen. I think I just watched it on my computer the way it's not meant to be seen at some point in the past 30-odd years. It's fine. It's fun. It's very PG-13, but it does have one very scary face, which they ultimately spoil on the cover of this game here. The lady vampire. But let's look at the back of the box, why don't we? Or is this a flyer? Yeah, this is a flyer, I think. Or rather than. They call it the arcade game. Not an arcade game, it only came out on Amiga. But it plays as an arcade genre. They're referring to arcade as a genre here. As a point-based game.
They definitely used to do that for a lot of PC games back then.
If you love being scared, this will be the game of your life. The explosive gameplay of Steve Bach, coupled with the incredible graphics of Pete Leon, joined together to make this arcade game adaptation of the hit RCA Columbia picture, available now for your Amiga and soon on your Atari ST. £19.95 on the Amiga. I don't know if that Atari ST version ever came out, but this is definitely a game that I've seen mentioned before that people seem to have, if not fondness, and admiration for. It looks impressive for the Amiga, but how it plays, I will leave to Charkie to find out.
All right.
You're going to have to give me a second. Amiga emulation is weird. Fright Night from Microdeal.
Font. Oh, I hear it.
Yeah, my left ear loves that. All right.
Okay, it's coming out the right as well. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's coming out the right.
Yeah.
That was so loud in my ear. Let me just adjust my volume a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. That'll happen when you have no audio for most of the night. Then I suddenly give you the gift of audio. All right, I'm glad that's sorted, though. I'm glad we figured that out for the time being. Okay. Let me just go ahead and do it like this. Cool. Awesome. Amiga game means that we don't have to worry about like all the keyboard controls. This is going to be analog stick and button is all you need in this game.
One button?
I like that says Pete in the corner, like he signed his artwork.
Yeah.
Oh. Here we are. You are the antagonist of the movie. You are the vampire in this game.
Hello, I'm Tim Curry.
Now,
I know that's not who it was the movie.
No, I
that's
don't remember who it was. Now, you can go left and right. You can go from screen to screen. And what you're looking for are people in your house, in your abode, that you can go and kill. You have limited time with which to do this. If you notice your meter in the bottom of the screen, you are draining,
that's
you are
weird.
dying, because there's only so many hours in the nights. In the
So
Fright
to
night, if you will.
So to jump, I have to hold up and then press the button. Pressing the
Yes.
button or pressing up doesn't do anything.
Dead end. You're going to need to go up the stairs.
Okay, so the duck, hold, and then press button. Okay.
Basically, just keep scanning left to right on every floor that you go on.
Yeah.
And eventually, you will run into characters from the movie who it is your job to kill, to suck the blood from.
Oh.
There we go. Nom, nom, nom.
Health replenished.
A little cheeky look at the camera.
Yeah.
Did I do that? Bob
This guy
says...
is thinker.
Bobbiner says that looking up Steve Bach, he didn't seem to be involved in anything that noteworthy. Hopper, Return to Genesis, Hercules, stuff like that. Yeah, trying to market these people as superstar developers when they're not quite superstar developers at the time, it's a bold move. I appreciate the moxie of whoever wrote that marketing copy, whoever wrote that ad copy for him. I am head full. Oh, you go ahead.
So this looks like one of those games that like Clarissa would make on Clarissa Explains It All.
Go down. I think you need to go back to your coffin. I think you've maybe killed everyone there is to kill, and now you need to go back to your coffin and end the night. I am Headful asks, first of all, complete layman here, why did Amiga soundtracks always have hard-panned instruments? Because the console allowed for it, and it was impressive to do it. That's why you need to jump, by the way, to jump over things in the floor.
I'm gonna get it later. I want a screenshot of You Survived Monday.
That's what Garfield says every week. Oh.
Ooh, that... You have to be, like, on the exact pixel to go up the stairs. Aww. What is he doing with his hands? Like, come on!
Well, you didn't quite beat my score. What do you want me to put your name in as?
Charkie, whatever. I can. Yeah, Charkie with a fucked up character at the start.
Hey, Sid, you want to give this a shot?
Sure.
Let's do it. Let's
Okay,
let
so
everyone have a turn with this. Let's see who can get the high score in this one.
Jump is up in button, crouch is down in button, up to go upstairs.
By the way, worst
and down to go
bloodsuckers
downstairs.
is what they call the high score list in this, which is cute. Try pressing any button.
Welcome to Fright Night.
Press
Thank you,
through
Left
again.
Vampire.
Are they related to Left Shark? Is that a joke that even plays anymore? Is that...
God, wow.
I made a Clarissa Explains It All joke, so, you know, whatever.
So ultimately, this is very timely commentary we're providing. So this is visually impressive, to be sure.
Press up, just be on the exact right pixel.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, it's very finicky when it comes to that, unfortunately.
I walk up to him, and there you go.
Yeah, ultimately, I think you can just tank the damage, unless you're already hurt.
Yeah.
Like from the hands coming out of the floor, or the apparitions that start haunting you in the second level. But usually, if you just run right up to them, there's very little they can do.
I wonder if they're in the same place every time, because this guy was to the left.
Heck, if I jump, is that faster?
It feels faster, right? It feels like you're at least doing something.
Cut off the poor werewolf.
There's like so much going on in the backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like, that's a
It's
lot
true
of
House
art
of
to me.
Horrors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, come on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's literally one pixel that works.
Oh.
Oh, you skipped the You Survive Monday thing, I guess.
Alas.
I wonder what I see the moon, which is like the time, and I see your health, which is the face. What is the thing in the middle?
Good question.
Him again? Alright.
Well, this time he definitely won't come back. This time he's definitely dead.
Those are just boobs in the background. I don't think the movie had those.
It's artistic nudity. It's
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that lady's tough to deal with. I have not quite figured out. Well,
So is the hand that's literally on the stairs that you need to go up.
Well, luckily it was telegraphed by well, you see.
okay, Sid. Congratulations, you're the new worst bloodsucker, which means
Because I saw the movie.
my turn.
Yeah, sure. I only saw the remake, so I did way worse. I was going to the wrong places because I was thinking about how it was in the new one.
If there are fans of this game who are watching this, they are eating right now, watching three people play this game.
I could stop.
Yeah,
on the
I think
stat.
they're in the same place every time. So this guy's gonna be your left.
I think that's the protagonist of the movie. Or one, like the main protagonist, the young protagonist.
Yeah.
One of the other guys is like a TV host.
Mm-hmm.
Like a late night horror TV host who has
Right,
to
yeah,
rise to the
the-
challenge and become like a real vampire
Yeah.
killer, if you will.
And his show is flagging in ratings because very good. He doesn't want to put in like sci-fi horror movies on his late night show. He
I
only
like
wants
how-
to do classic horror.
I like how all the music is just like kind of ambient, like plinks and plonks, and then like one riff that you recognize from something, like "There's No Place Like Home," and then it goes back to the plinks and plonks.
All right, no one here. Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
God. Tears you up. So how would you dodge
No
these
invulnerability frames. I guess you have to wait and either jump, which is easier said than done, or you just wait for them to move along.
Oh,
Fuck
the
that.
hands, yeah, but now, like, how do you dodge the projectile spam? I was wondering. 'Cause-
Oh, these guys? I guess you
Yeah.
would duck.
right.
Also, that didn't even refill your health all the way.
I guess we should check the... Fuck. Cute little music sting there. And you can see the house is expanding, too. That there are more rooms than were on the first night.
I'm waiting for one of the music stings to be the dun 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 dun. Oh.
Yeah, with only so many controls on Amiga, there's only so many options for, like, dodging and the like. But hey, you know what?
It's neat that
I reclaim my
you
spots.
bag game you
Oh,
wrote.
fuck.
Congratulations, Johnny Baghead.
Johnny
Yep.
Baggett, they got the top score. Good for them.
Hacked us
They weren't
again.
even here. Well, that was... there's obviously a lot more to this game. Not a lot more. I mean, it's the same gameplay. They
It's-
just add more hazards and obstacles and the like as the game goes
it's
on.
neat that the sprites are so big, but that makes it way harder to play.
Yes.
Classics of classic gaming.
And as is the case with so many Amiga titles. But that does it for the Amiga for tonight, mercifully. Which means we move on to our next game, which this one's kind of a big deal. Some of the folk in chat may have heard of this one before.
I'm glad we got the sound working for this one.
It's Night Trap, the original Sega CD release. Released November 1st, 1992. Developed and published by Digital Pictures. This is one we've gone and written about before. BadGameHallOfFame.com/Night Trap. It's a very old article. It's not a great article, but it gets into some of the history surrounding this game, its production, the Project Nemo, the console was originally developed for, which is going to be like a console that played like laser discs or a reel-to-reel tape or some other such thing. So they filmed all the stuff for that, and then when that console fell through, they're like, fuck it, what else? What can we do? Sega CD? This is a new thing coming out. Let's see if we can get in bed with Sega, if they'll let us publish some of their FMV games, and that's what Digital Pictures trafficked in for a number of years. And of course, versions of Night Trap end up on multiple other consoles. There's versions for DOS, for Windows.
It's on Steam. You can go buy it right now.
Well, yeah, that was the modern re-release, the remaster, which has the highest quality footage. So naturally, we're playing the one with the worst quality footage, which is the original release version, which is the Sega CD version. We're going to spare you
Not
some
the
of the
fir-
history here.
Not the 32X enhanced version.
The 32X CD game. You would need both peripherals in order to. Let's take a look at the back of the box. The next generation of video games here on Sega CD. Night Trap is the first CD title with continuous full motion video and audio. It plays like a movie, with hours of awesome gameplay. Get 2 CDs packed with sinister scenes and live action video, vanishing co-eds, bloodless bodies, mysterious intruders. As a secret commando for SCAT, the Sega Control Attack Team, obviously, get your minds out the gutter, your mission's a time bomb. 5 beautiful co-eds are being stalked in an eerie estate. Hooded intruders are invading the mansion with blood on their minds. Watch the murderous action from hidden cameras in 8 different rooms. Catch the intruders as they track their victims. Miss your chance and the co-eds are lost forever. You gotta play it to believe it! So, it's been a while since I played this game.
But not on the bodies.
I know at least one person, Danny from the Retro Pals, who I think knows this game front and back. They also know Double Switch, one of the other Digital Pictures games. Who knows how many Digital Pictures games they know like the back of their hand. I don't know this like the back of my hand. I played it for the article. I learned it for the article, and then I promptly unlearned it because I thought there's no reason why I will ever need to play Night Trap ever again. And yet. Of course, this is also the game that famously spurred a series of Senate committee hearings to discuss whether or not video games should be regulated by the government, which ultimately leads to the establishment of the ESRB, a self-ratings board, which is preferable to having the government mingling in anything and everything to do with games, probably.
Yeah, ask Australia about that.
Joseph Lieberman, famously involved in those trials. What is less known about those trials is the fact that Nintendo orchestrated the whole thing. That Nintendo deliberately set up Sega to be like in the crosshairs. They sent a lot of literature that they were basically knocking on doors to say like, we want someone to take Sega of America out. And they found a politician dumb enough to go with them and to glad hand Nintendo during the course of the Senate hearings, only giving them the most minimum amount of like scolding and giving Sega the brunt of it. So yeah, the entire Senate hearing committee was orchestrated by Nintendo to put the crosshairs on Sega.
Didn't Howard Phillips like testify during that trial?
Yes, he did.
We have a picture.
Did they get Nestor on the stand too, or
No.
Scat Mission 230. 5 teenage girls have disappeared after spending the night at the old lakeshore.
Give it about 5 teenage girls disappeared, doo-wop.
And their children, Jeff and Sarah.
Candid photos for security camera footage.
Right now, another 5 girls are headed towards the Martins to spend the night. Your mission? Protect those girls from...
In a few weeks, 10 girls could be headed there. 15.
Last night, one of our agents got into the house and found some kind of weird security system. Hidden cameras in almost every room and a series of traps.
Night traps, if you will.
Into the security system, allowing you to have control of the cameras and the traps with this remote unit. Use the traps to capture anyone or anything that endangers the lives of those girls.
So, 64 colors simultaneously on the Sega CD. As many as you need.
One slight problem. The traps are protected with an...
I feel like the modern indie, like FMV renaissance, actually didn't do very much of this. It's a little surprising now that yeah.
Inside the house can change that code at any time. So pay close attention to what they're saying.
On different consoles, on different platforms, they substitute different controllers.
Anyone disconnects it, you lose control.
Very good.
This is my attack squad.
We won't be seeing them until later in the game, which we will not make it to. There's Dana Plato, star of television. She was not in a good way during production of this,
In your hands. So don't
as Chev Chilio in chat alludes to.
You don't have the brains or the guts for this assignment. Give the controls to someone who does. The girls should be pulling into the driveway. You're wasting
Mr.
time.
Taco pointing out they couldn't afford a 6-button controller. Look, it's not the operation, they just found it.
Looks like you're not up to this mission.
Look.
Breaking contact.
Sir, you were talking to me. What?
Yeah, so if you don't transition away from this, if you don't leave during this while he's like telling you, like, you need to go now.
Should be pulling into the driveway.
In fact, while this whole scene is playing out, time is ticking in the background, and you're losing the chance to kill. We already missed 10 vampires, 10 augurs.
Like, the thing of this game is, if you want to actually watch it, you have to lose. Like, you can't really be doing anything other than always, like, catching codes or augurs. And by the way, I guess we just started saying that word without explaining it. They're called augurs in this game, not vampires. But they're vampires.
So we have to, like, cut away from where the action is happening, from where, like, the development is happening in the characters. So I can, for example, sit here. Oh, I accidentally changed the access code. I mean to...
Blue.
Yep.
You missed it.
Yep.
Why don't you rewind so we can see it?
Yeah.
Guys, sorry, I forgot something upstairs. Let's go back. Left my glasses. All right.
There, I got to.
That one up front's like, what was that noise?
Ashley. Hi. Megan. Hey. Lisa. Hi. Her little brother Danny. What's up?
And we missed another augur.
Oh, Kelly. Nice to meet you, Mr. Martin.
Yeah, you're not allowed to watch the movie.
Yeah, the idea of this is that the replay value would come from, you know, watching like the cutscenes play out. You do have to watch these to some extent. Some of them they change the codes. They change the access code. So you need to switch between blue, green, red, yellow, purple, orange.
Right, they'll have a conversation. They're like, we're changing the passcode to orange.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, and then you'll hear them like clumsily dub the line. We're changing the color to green.
Yeah, just explaining to the folks at home. We did talk over that bit during the briefing.
Oh, no, thank you.
Pity.
So there's always like something happening.
No, not that one.
At any moment in time in rooms that you're not necessarily looking at. So like expert play this. Well, see, I was like a second late and I missed it. I missed the opportunity to capture like 3 more augurs. And if you're not doing a good job, if you're not keeping on top of that, you will eventually suffer a lost state here.
And there's
Have our own very special.
there are so many augurs in this house. Like, how do you like this?
There are
How do you
hundreds
fit
of
over?
them.
Yeah, how do you fit like that many people in a house secretly?
And how do the girls never notice them?
Victor and I have to make a visit to the augurs tonight. A delivery, actually. I'm sure you and the boys can take care of everything here.
I understand. Good night, Father.
Oh. Yeah, so memorizing or writing down, more likely, time codes for when each of the baddies appear. I was mashing the button.
Maybe
Perhaps I was mashing the wrong button. But if we wait here, I think the girls will file into this room eventually.
Was the direction for those scenes like just walk around like a nasty man?
I think they might have changed the code on you.
Hi, Eddie.
Oh, poor Eddie. All right, there's one scene I want us to see for sure.
The song.
Right.
Now, Jeffrey, I want you to go downstairs and change the trap access code from blue to yellow.
Don't worry, Mom. It's all in the fingers.
Good hunt.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Hey, what does that mean? It's all in the fingers? What does that mean?
Let's go and get everything ready. You really
Is it hard to do?
stuff, don't you?
All right, switch to yellow. And while that scene was happening, this scene was beginning.
Well, we had an augur theme for a second.
Gotta get out of here. They're gonna do the night trap song.
Sarah, your parents are leaving.
So, Sarah, we're in this huge house with all your friends. We have telephones, we have a car, your parents are gone, and you think...
We were missing augurs left and right. But...
Yeah. Okay, spring the trap on them now. Just open the floor.
Music!
Ah, this is what humans do for fun. Like, this stuff is cheesy. This is so fun.
This This is the part they showed in Congress, though, and they're like, we got to stop this.
You see the little boy walk off. I think this is our opportunity to, like, follow him and see what he gets up to.
Radio silence till I get back.
Someone asked if you could trap the innocents. Yes, you can, as a matter of fact. You can fuck up and...
Get a game over that way.
You can, yeah. The game will get absolutely mad at you for doing it.
Yep.
And cut your access off.
I haven't played this game, but I'm familiar with this game for sure. I've seen it played through. And I've seen it fucked up through as well. And that's how vampires work.
Well, no saving him. Meanwhile... the amount of note keeping you would have to do to know where and when each enemy appears, what scenes that you need to tune in for to hear the access codes change and whatnot, would take dozens, if not hundreds, of attempts at this game. Is a point I wanted to touch on before.
Like this for this?
What's the what?
What's the lore YouTuber scene like for Night Trap?
I've non-existent until we make this until we make our video.
Where's Marky Mark?
He's making his music video right now, Charkie. Okay.
I know. I'm just
and
waiting
committing
for that
hate
to happen in here.
crimes. It's
Yeah. I know, because they're feeling the vibration right now. You're getting a little confused, but
Now, anytime I see like
We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way.
this particular brand of video compression, I just think of Make My Video.
Show you to your room.
yeah, Sega CD. You know.
Yeah. But like, I don't think Night Trap. I don't think Devil's Wish or anything. I just immediately go to Make My Video.
Look, it was your job to protect Kelly and the rest of those girls. From what I've just seen, the place is being overrun. You've missed way too many of those suckers. Until you figure out how to do your job, you're dismissed.
Sir, they're not. Sir, they're not suckers. They're drillers. Oh, okay.
So I guess we're not going to see the famous scene where a girl gets killed by the augurs in the bathroom, which is the scene they actually did play for the Senate committee hearing, because they cut off our access. We got unhooked, and I don't have like a guide up in front of me to tell you to know where I need to go and when. But also that is miserable to watch. Watching a full playthrough of this game sucks.
I don't think I would even be able to like co-pilot you through this because there's so many every second.
Yeah, it's literally like second by second gameplay. But apparently this was fun to someone. Presumably, ostensibly.
It got re-released.
Multiple times.
I'm assuming out of irony.
I think the best way to experience this...
Hey, you know what, though? Games Preservation do re-release things like this. That is good.
I think there are some videos that show all 8 of the screens at the same time online, so you can sort of be like, okay, I'm going to watch what's happening in this screen, I'm going to watch what's happening here now, and that should give you like an idea of...
You sync up as you're playing the game, more or less?
Yeah, I think that's probably the ideal way to play.
It's kind of like those videos I've seen of like the final boss in Drakengard 3, where they have like rhythm game notations over it, so you have that up while you're playing the game, so you can be like, okay, what the fuck am I supposed to do right now?
But, you know, a novel concept for the time. Games were still a nascent medium in 1992. Throwing stuff like this against the wall, it had some amount of merit. Yeah, is this fun to play? No, but is it fun to experience? Craft Services Matt Cheese. That is the greatest name for a craft services employee. Next to like Michael Steak. Sally Salad. You know, it's just... It's hard to get mad about a game like this, right? Unless you are some doofus who's being basically paid by Nintendo to get professionally mad about it in the year 1992 or 93. But that's a whole other story that we cover in the article from back in the day, badgamehallofame.com/nighttrap, if you want all the bloody, gory details on this game and of that Senate hearing that is so infamous. So at least that part of the article holds up.
Oh, rest in peace.
Does this kick
I don't
you
know
back
what that
to the title screen at this point?
Who was that?
It was who they were RIPing. It was whoever the game was in memory of. Yeah, they would just
maybe should have put up a name or something.
It said before, right before.
It did.
In memory of Ethan D. Hassenfield.
It did. I'm sorry. I was looking away. I was getting a drink. So when I saw that face up there, I made a joke. R.I.P.
Oh wow, that.
So remember, this game didn't have like a menu, right? They just didn't have like an options. Didn't have anything. You start the game and the game is the video. The game is the continuous video file. So when it ends, all they can do is just kick you back to the Sega CD BIOS. Cutting edge technology. The most technologically impressive game on the Sega CD. That's not true, but that is going to do it for Night Trap. That is more or less all we need to see of it, I think. Or all we can show of it without having exhaustive notation. Maybe one day we'll have to revisit this just for notoriety's sake, just for posterity's sake. Get a
bring
full,
someone on to play it.
playthrough. Yeah, maybe, because I don't want to fucking do it. That's for goddamn sure. Anyway, fade out of that now. We have a few games left to play tonight still, so the night's not quite over.
Yeah. We're moving on from one night to another.
That is true. The name of the next game, it's Vampire Night for the PlayStation 2. I was gonna say there's a 9-year gap between 1992 and 2001 here. It's at least a little less if you consider this game originally came out in arcades in the year 2000, but it's PlayStation 2 release date, November 13th, 2001. That's how we're going to play it tonight. And
I will say that there were some games that came out in that period of time. You know, believe it or not, more vampire games did come out that you might have been expecting, but there's some that we saved for potentially doing in the future as long plays.
Yes.
So we're skipping over a few.
Definitely skipping over a few, and we'll even come back to some of these. Who's to say? The Bad Game Hall of Fame is it's freeform, like jazz, you see. This was developed by WoW Entertainment, which is a Sega subsidiary studio, and published by Namco. This runs on the same engine, so they say, as House of the Dead. So this is, in fact, a light gun game. I have it configured to use my mouse as a light gun. I will also say it doesn't do full screen flashing. It doesn't turn the entire screen white whenever you shoot, but it does tint the screen. There's just no way around it. There's going to be some amount of flashing. It's not the most severe you'll ever see, but it's there. So bear that in mind. If you're of a photosensitive disposition, consider skipping to the next game. But for the rest, we're going to get this underway. Bear with me here. And this is not a bad game per se. It's a goofy game. Which we also like to show off on here wherever we can, whenever we can. Namely the voice acting, which is, again, c'est magnifique.
Yeah, I had a clip of it that I put on Twitter, but since Twitter search is bad now, I can't find it again.
Bad now?
Well, I mean, like, I used to be able to find things after, like, 3 attempts instead of infinite attempts.
The times they have changed. I want to hear what the audio levels are. But first I gotta do this.
First you have to calibrate.
Let's try -6. This should probably be good. Alright. Ready as I'll ever be. If I need to further adjust the volume, I will do that. But hopefully this should get us started at the very least. Being a PS2 light gun game, it does have a range of options of extra modes and such. So that is always nice. I always appreciate when developers put at least a little more work into their light gun to home console conversions.
Having a guy call out the menu option you chose.
That's quality of life to me. That's...
Yeah, fuck it. We're here to see it, not to perfect it.
Yeah, I'm not trying to impress anyone right now. We're just...
Now, do you have a GunCon 2 or a GunCon 45?
I have a mouse, is what I got. I think I'm emulating as a GunCon 2. Hence why it's lit up instead of the GunCon 45.
GunCon 45 was Europe, right? Or am I wrong?
Ooh, I don't know. I should know. I should know everything there is to know about light guns, but I'm not disciplined enough to know, unfortunately.
Gun 45 in Europe. Yeah, that's
special mode with brand new missions. We'll just jump into the arcade mode. That's the one I'm familiar with. Johnny Baghead's guys. The PS1 Namco light gun is the GunCon 45.
You all now, for your time this long past, take your places in ancient history. I love just nonsense English text.
We're here at last.
Yes. How long I've waited for this moment.
I'm so excited.
Let us settle this once and for all. Who shall live and who shall die?
Oh wow, those nails are fantastic.
Here too.
That hot pink?
They're coming.
The most excited protagonist in video game history. You can just tell they really love being here. They're really invested in this, whatever their holy mission is.
You can also tell this is House of the Dead as fuck.
Yeah, you don't say. Watch out,
Positive.
Our lives are in imminent danger. Watch out, that monster's going to kill you. We just survived by the skin of our teeth.
It's like a theme park ride.
I'm hoping the volume is good. Audience at home, is the game too loud compared to our voices, etc., etc.? You know, the usual checks. I think we're okay.
Yeah, chat hasn't had any complaints so far.
Cool water reflections. This would be easier with an actual light gun. I always feel the need to point this out, but it's not actually easier to play with a mouse than it is to play with an actual, honest-to-God light gun. You were much quicker with a light gun. Here we meet the tritagonist of this game.
Help me!
Believe it or not.
Turning into vampires.
Stay back.
Whoa, that clipped through her head?
Okay, so we need to, in a unique mechanic, shoot these off of people to save them. The flesh buds here.
The vampire parasite.
And if you miss, that happens. They end up transforming fully into vampires. So it's very hard to do those shots perfectly. It would be easier if I had an actual light gun.
Right, as you said.
Wait! Who are you?
We hunt.
Kind of hoping they'd have different outfits.
Vampire hunters.
Some would call us vampire killers, but that's another game.
Twice, actually.
That was certainly a level. That was certainly an introductory stage.
Is that what that gun looks like? Hold on.
Yeah. You know when this game takes place? Neither do the developers.
They're here. Trying to read that thing. It keeps spinning. Well,
splendid. The moment when existence turns to nothingness in a flash of brilliance. Nothing is more beautiful than the moment of death. I think we're going to get some more characters introduced here.
Or dance. All right.
Timmy, stop writing your sketchbook and do your homework.
As might have been expected of a vampire hunter.
Wonderful. What interesting experimental material they are.
As expected. Not bad.
Interesting. Let's see them do better.
Better than what? Better than who?
Than the previous mission.
That guy in the all white, he sounded like he accidentally swallowed a squeaky chicken.
Yeah.
Let's rock.
Oop, took some damage there already.
Revenge. What? Did they just ignore her?
They choose when and when not to. Sometimes you'll have to look out for her, other times you will not.
Reload.
Look, I didn't hit her during that somehow.
Yeah.
But that's how you get alternate paths, whether or not you're responsive enough to help her to save these people.
What am I doing here?
Oh, right. I was about to turn into a vampire. Let me get back to that.
My favorite thing about light gun games is that there's always so many dudes to fight. No other piece of media has this many dudes to shoot.
By the way, in case you're wondering, I did try to use the screen flash filter to prevent the screen flashing on this, but because it's not like full frame, because it's not fully like opaque, this doesn't work. So in their attempts to mitigate the severity of screen flashing, they made it impossible for modern software to prevent it. What can you do?
You're cold.
How did the door do that? Hold on.
Cool. Love those action shots. Some stuff is interactable, not all of it. I probably should have realized that guy could have been helped, could have been saved, but that's how they do it. You know, you expect like civilians, people you can save, to like come out of doors and whatnot. So they are playing with your expectations of what a Lycan game would be. Even in 2001, you know, they're already like playing with the format a little bit here, which I do appreciate. Trying to add some unique angles to your Lycan game.
I was hoping that the protagonist would have really funny names, but it's just Michelle and Albert.
Thank God they had that tiny door there.
For the tiny people.
Ah, don't come. Classic Lycan line.
The square is right ahead.
I just moved here from Australia.
Stay back! Amazing. Your powers.
Infinite ammo.
One who serves the vampire. What a joy. Finally to meet such powerful ones. Draw your guns. Don't disappoint me.
Does he assume that the guns are magic? Is that why he's saying such power? You're making those metal things go faster than a human could ever throw them. I was never a fan of this progression in how Lycan games worked. The mini life bar underneath the main life bar.
Yeah, it's an indicator. I understand why it exists, how it helps maintain momentum, how it helps maintain, like, indication is, like, you know, how much damage you're outputting and what, like, counts as real damage.
I mean, I would honestly prefer to be invincible, because it just seems like a life bar to don't get hit by the next attack, which is what it is.
Yeah.
I prefer feeling like, oh, thank God, I just managed to shoot him enough times to not get hit.
Yeah, so you don't hate the mechanic of, like, there's, like, states that they're in where there's damageable and not damageable. You just don't want to know it. You want to intuit it. You want to figure it out for yourself rather than the game explicitly spelling out in the way they're doing right here.
Yeah, exactly. Because it feels like instead of, like, you know, I'm shooting for my life, I gotta get this guy, it's, oh, I just gotta make this bar go down.
This guy's got plenty of health, I can tell him that much.
I do kind of like the thing, use sparingly. Like the thing where, like, a boss is going to attack you and, like, certain targets appear on the screen. You got to shoot all of those.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd meet such worthy opponents. But the fun's over. Be prepared, because I've no mercy for you.
Don't make me draw 3 swords.
I wonder what his weak point is. I wonder what.
Now, I always fucking love this. Having a model pop up with, like, a weak point thing on there.
Maybe that's their power.
It's just being cognizant of enemy weak points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do hope this flashing isn't too severe for folk at home, because I so love light gun games. I
Hold
live
my
for
true
this shit.
power being very slow.
Reload.
When I get over there, though.
There's a big column in the way here.
You know, I'd really love to play the Resident Evil Lycan games again.
Dead Aim and the like, or Umbrella Chronicles and
Not Dead
Darkside
Aim.
Chronicles.
Yeah.
God, though I've seen footage of Darkside Chronicles, and the shaking is like to watch fine. I can't imagine aiming with the shaky cam.
Why?
What do you mean, what are you fighting for? You're trying to kill everyone.
Is there no way to free us from fate?
Good
Sir,
question.
did you just say that apropos of nothing? What are you talking about? We were asking you what you wanted for dinner.
Didn't ask for a soliloquy, sir. It's
Light and Shadow of the Oysters on the menu though every night.
We were asking if you wanted some Italian. We got a guy named Mario downstairs.
You know who made those Resident Evil Lycan games, by the way?
It's Cavia, right?
That's a bingo.
Yeah.
They keep coming up on this show. My destiny is to create. One day I will create a monstrosity so terrible it will seep into the deepest recesses of human fear. We all gotta have goals. We all gotta have ambitions.
Yeah. I mean, that's my motto as an artist.
Humans, we are not made for defeat. You're no vampire.
You're no true Scotsman.
Have you gone crazy? Pointing a gun at me?
That's illegal.
This gun knows who to destroy.
That's not true.
I know too. And it's you.
Love the
That's
dialogue
wrong.
in this
The
game.
guns don't work on us.
After I'm done with you, no one will know if you existed or not.
All right, shooting projectiles as you do in one of these.
Still a couple things bouncing at you. I don't
We
know
can
what
just
those
outrun
were.
them.
Well, they weren't even on fire. I don't know what they were. Oh, they were the pebbles left over from the. Okay.
The debris, the detritus. Did I start to shoot this guy yet?
No, the gun
Hold your
knows who to
fire.
destroy, and who to destroy are those rocks. And these guys.
So when you missed the targets earlier and those people turned to vampires, that was actually the gun being like, this is fine.
Yeah, no, this guy actually sucked. It's actually cool that you're killing him. You didn't want him as a human, trust me.
Your accuracy on every stage is 100%.
I never miss. The gun is smart. Those were hell of sound effects playing for those enemies.
You know what? Another trend in arcade Lycan games I wasn't a fan of.
Do tell.
Moving away from pistols.
Yeah, no,
Like-
I like a good pistol.
Yeah, because at a certain point, guns were all starting to be like machine guns or shotguns.
Or SMGs in the case of House of the Dead 4. Yeah, just
Yeah.
good old pistol.
Plus, it just leads to like that inflation. How much you gotta shoot stuff.
Yeah.
No game was ever like, your default gun's a machine gun, but the game is balanced as if that's not the case.
I'm also not destroying enough of the environments. I'm not getting enough health pickups and stuff, so.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as this game is concerned, we'll play like one more stage. I want to see one more like boss.
I hope the next
super
boss,
long
the
game.
one I remember.
I mean, we
The
could
guy who's dressed like
theoretically
Squall
play it,
from FF8. He has a great previous cutscene.
I thought I was aiming for the head there. I thought I was aiming the right
was already-
spot. Like I was just
seated
sitting in
for
this
dinner
burning
with
room.
Parasite? Yeah.
Remember if this game has multiple endings?
No.
Okay.
It has multiple paths through it. You can do like some branching path stuff, but ultimately it all resolves in the same place.
Okay. Yeah,
There
I
might be
didn't know
like
if
a
it had
bonus
a
ending
thing
if
for-
you have like a one credit clear or something. It might have like some extra like appended scene, but ultimately I think the ending is consistent.
I didn't know if there's something based on how many people you save or not.
I was kind of hoping there'd be like some kind of attempt at a sad ending with these voice actors.
We've lost it all. There is no reason
I guess
to go on.
mankind
I think
is the real monster.
I think the actual ending of this game is supposed to be kind of bittersweet, right?
It is, yes.
Yeah.
I do like the heat haze
I
effects
have
here,
played-
by the way.
I have played through this game before.
God.
Oh, you missed.
Like, can I save this guy at least?
That was close.
Thank you for killing my brother.
This.
That should be a
lot of these
thing
people
in some
are
of these
Australian.
games where you save someone and they come up and give you an item and say like thank you. If there are two on the screen, you accidentally kill one of them. One of them should be like, I hated that guy. Thank you.
Humans! You stupid humans! I'll show you how incompetent you are!
Get a load of this.
Behold, my voice is even dumber now.
Suffer like G did?
You're incompetent. Time to turn my entire body into a weak point.
Remember this boss fight from House of the Dead?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of that in this game if you decide to play this for yourself or watch a long play or whatever.
Does this game do? I said I played through this game before, but I can't remember. Does the final boss do the thing where it says weak point unknown?
I think it does. I think it straight up does.
Does it say height unknown?
I love when a game does that, but the boss still has one giant red spot on their chest or something. And it's like, I don't know where the weak point is.
There's a lot of boxes in that room. They didn't let me shoot all of them. I'm sure there were awesome items in that room or something. This is so tricky with a mouse. I hate this. Give me a Sinden. Make this show make enough money that I can buy a Sinden light gun just completely self-indulgently.
Whoa. All these big jumps your characters are taking.
It's almost as if they're not human or something. It's almost as if the big twist of this game is that they also have vampiric blood in them. Spoiler alerts. Come on. Come to Cassie.
Hey, wait, this guy doesn't have the sub-health bar thing going on.
He did for a few of his attacks.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
Like this one he's gonna hit me with.
Not
yeah.
that was,
Smile, you son of a bitch.
I'm okay.
That's the way it is it? Me, defeated by humans? Never!
Well, Saki has wings. We're fine.
That was scary.
That's it!
Yes.
Shove.
Get away from me. Icky cooties.
Was that the boss you wanted to see, Sid?
No, it was the next one. Oh, I don't know if it's the next one. Whichever one's dressed like Squall from Final Fantasy VIII.
Let's see. Let's see who the boss of the stage is going to be. Then maybe we'll.
Phantasmic.
Should humanity exist? Is it worth saving? Man, the developers of this game really did not hold a high opinion of humanity.
Now, if they had infinite ammo guns.
He's been defeated.
He deserved it.
You still can't forget about her.
What do you know? What I have lost. The pain I have suffered. Now, let's see what a human can do.
Thank you for rescuing me.
There's no need to thank us. We're here too. They're coming.
Kill the vampires.
Hold that thought. God, I kind of wanna keep playing. Kind of wanna shoot that squall-looking motherfucker to death.
Yeah,
and yet we do have two more games.
I like, but yeah,
we do have two more games to get to tonight, so I think I might need to cut Vampire Night. Cut this Vampire Night short. Unfortunately,
not this Vampire Night.
But this comes recommended. I don't know if highly recommended necessarily. If you like light gun games, which I do, if you like your rail shooters, If you like your House of the Dead and you want one that's you haven't played before, and you have not played this before, in fact, then give it a shot, why don't you? Come on, give it a shot, give it a try. And then when you agree with me that light gun games are the best, that rail shooters are the coolest, consider supporting the show so I can buy a Sinden light gun, god damn it. So I can keep doing those light gun extravaganza streams that pop me exclusively, but show expenses. Anything I can write off. Our next game tonight, our penultimate game tonight, is another PlayStation 2 game. So we're staying on a console generation here. This is a 2006 release. This is Daemon Summoner, released March 31st, 2006, developed by Atomic Planet, and published by Midas Interactive, everyone's favorite studio, coming back on the show. Hey, Charkie.
Yeah.
You're going to play this one.
Oh, boy.
Even though it's a console first-person shooter, even though it is an FPS, which is typically my wheelhouse, I know how much you love and adore Midas, so I'm going to pass the buck. I mean, pass the controller to you. All right, we'll get this up and running shortly. Isn't it good we got the audio working? Isn't it good that you can actually hear what's happening in the games now? Isn't that
Yeah. So we had 2 games in a row where the audio is extremely important. Good font.
Nothing but the best for Midas Interactive.
Well, it's very scary. I have to give them that.
Loads accept. Did you have a save on this already?
I launched the game. I made sure it worked. May have played the first level of it.
How important is this intro?
Killed my son David. Tortured
Pretty important.
and destroyed him as we helplessly watched. But his fate was almost a mercy to the way they violated my poor wife, Emma.
I say they destroyed his son. What, did they like blow him up?
Sickening games, they wouldn't even grant her the release of death. Instead, they changed her, turning her into one of them.
A Republican.
An unliving vampire. I hunt them now.
Graphics so real, they leap from the page.
Everything from me.
Always had 3D TV support.
This is a present from me to you.
Magic Mouse resubscribes, thank you, and says, maybe the real vampires were the subs we got along the way.
Fiends through the night. They've always found a way.
Chewing on that cigar.
Now I find
Just like he's chewing the scenery.
Tonight, my Emily, my family will finally rest together in peace.
Emily, my family.
My family. Alright, let me turn that down in my ear real quick. Alright. So Midas, I assume that this is a Europe-only release.
Yeah. Yep, you are correct.
Okay.
It at least has some options in it. That's more than you usually get with a Midas Interactive game.
Alright, so... Oh, my second pistol and a steady aim. Alright. Melee, reload, and... Okay.
Paul S. looked like it said that intro looked like an old Blizzard cutscene. Flashing back to Warcraft 3. To StarCraft at all.
Guards.
Alright, let's start a new game. What do you think?
Normal.
Alright. Why are you loading data if I'm starting a new game? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, start in the second slot.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just take up more blocks on my virtual memory card, why don't you?
Hey, what game are we playing?
We'll never
Loading.
know.
Oh, okay. Loading, yeah.
Wait for it.
The 9th of November, 1888.
What? I can't hear you over the rain!
What it seemed
Where I see
Prey on the streetwalkers of Whitechapel.
Oh, takes place in Whitechapel. They're alluding to Jack the Ripper in this. Is Jack the Ripper going to be a vampire in this fucking game?
Are they saying Emily is Jack the Ripper?
That inhabit this squalid district of London. And one that Emily was more
I mean, it does say Jack the Ripper is an imagined identity, so.
Understandably, I arrived too late to see the girl. But Emily had lingered too long, and I took her by surprise as she was leaving her scene.
Took her by surprise by giving myself away. All right, open up.
Okay, up and down is correct. At least there's that. Let's see, what are you up to in here? Doesn't look like you were doing anything back here.
She ate the whole person, maybe?
She was biting on some wood like she's a beaver. Oh, that's my melee. All right. Steady aim is just like turn down the sensitivity by a lot. It's not actually like aim down sights. Does any buttons do anything? Not besides that. Not yet. Okay.
Why she ran from me? Why would she fight?
This is some of the worst audio mixing I've ever heard in a fucking video game.
Yeah.
By the way. You have to go that way. You have to climb over that box somehow. I don't remember how.
X.
What? Emily entered the sewer. You have to actively track her or something?
Track her into where? The sewers. That's goddamn right.
Yep, that's one place I didn't go.
Time to sewer.
Where else to go?
Are you? No, you're not dead yet?
The melee is functionally useless. You just need to put a second... Yeah.
There we go.
Just to spoil that for you. All right, have fun navigating this fucking shithole.
This HUD is incomprehensible.
It's health on the right. There's an ammo count in the top left.
Which I cannot read.
1 out of 77 gets a single shotgun.
On the right.
1 out of 77?
Yep, and you can only chamber one stake at a time in this gun.
Well, luckily the shot sounds like really impactful.
Yeah, no, it hits hard.
It really feels like they're ripping into these guys.
Okay, his head actually kind of like popped when it came off. Like everyone else so far, they've just like the head has just been like removed from the model. Yeah, okay.
No, they just eventually fade. Don't worry about having to stake them, put them down, or anything like that.
This is a corridor shooter.
Yes, by the literal definition. Never mind, you still have one in front of you. Just because you shoot their heads off doesn't mean that they die.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. I just wanted to do that for fun.
So were these like the guys that like killed your wife and destroyed your son?
I think the vampires as a whole are, or something, or I don't know the plot of this game. I shouldn't even pretend to know the plot of this game beyond that wonderful intro. Magic Meow says, I like how your weapon takes up half of your screen. Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you have to show that weird little like plunger end to the scope there, I guess. The scope that we're not using.
Oh, so that's how he keeps a steady aim when he's scoped up, is he like suctions it onto his head.
Yeah, it keeps it in place, so you don't have to worry about like strong.
Well,
grip
granted,
on it.
I can't scope up. This is scoping up, which is just dropping the sensitivity by a lot.
Paul S says they've seen better Half-Life Gold source mods. Yeah, I played Heart of Darkness.
I played Day Hunger.
I played Kill the Scientists. What's that one that you like, Charkie? That gold source like puzzle type game or the challenge? You know what I'm talking about? You played it.
Yeah, Half-Quake.
Yeah.
Especially Half-Quake Amen, which is the second game of the series.
Amen to that. Johnny Baghead posts in chat. Reminder, this came out in 2006!
Oh, wow.
Who needs Dark Watch?
Me?
That is another game where people mention the gun takes up a lot of the screen, but not as much as this, I think. Is this a new direction?
Who's to say?
Think so. Okay, nope. Select does not bring up a map. I wishful thinking.
You thought this was gonna have a map? Oh, you naive fool!
I would get vengeance for my Emily. Wait, hold on.
What I'm doing is I'm assuming that where there's lighting is the way forward, and if I see enemies, that's like just reinforcing that opinion.
Working so far.
Well, I'm finding more enemies so far. It's not to say I'm going the right way.
Can you tell why I passed the buck on this one? Can you tell why I was like, nah, I don't need to ever experience this level again. I don't ever need to do this again in my life.
There's more after? There's like other levels or
what? What?
Excuse me.
They're trying to be sneaky now.
Be careful. You only have 59 shots, right? 52?
51, 52,
I don't know
59,
how you can
57.
read those numbers. And what's the thing underneath?
No idea. It must be like grenades. It must be like you can use like lanterns as grenades or something if I had to guess. There she is.
All right. X to jump. No.
Good luck figuring out where you're meant to go.
Ah, so now it's a large maze.
Well, I think I went the right way.
In a sense of the word.
Uh-huh.
Who does that remind me of? That looks like some actor. Oh, you're faster.
Luckily, you can just kite them. Luckily, you can just get a train going.
Are these the guys that destroyed your sign?
Come on. I'm missing, like, point blank.
Slime Generator in chat says RIP Paul Rubens for their point of comparison for who they think this character looks like. Video Game King says that's who we played in Fright Night an hour ago. K4 Boom says it's the G-Man from Half-Life.
If I go into steady aim, he doesn't chase me correctly anymore.
Yeah, it probably does something to your hitbox. Or something, I don't know.
No, I think it's slowing me down a little bit. And he runs at the exact same speed I run, so if I'm just a little bit slower, then he just starts and stops.
Okay, so you did that. Where do you need to go next? Nope.
What is that? Is that just like a fire? Or
yeah,
something?
it doesn't matter what that is. It's not important. You can't interact with it. I tried.
Well, this way, I assume.
Oh yeah, you could probably follow the sound of her voice. That's probably a way to do it.
Is that her?
Not here. Try going around. Try going
Back
right
the way you
here.
came.
Nope, 180. Mm-hmm. And Ball Gang asks, you're the only one who thought of Peter Cushing? I don't see Peter Cushing in that. Personally. Maybe, you know, after a few years of decomposition, maybe, but ultimately, it's... So I think after a few years of decomposition, I think we all end up looking like that, don't we?
Maybe the CG Peter Cushing from Rogue One.
Okay,
you know,
so
they
not
built
this
that
way.
the 3D model out of a head sculpt, the same head sculpt they used for Top Secret for Peter Cushing's character for his one shot in that, the one where he has like the magnifying glass. That they used the head sculpt. They had like a one that didn't have like a weird distorted eye, but that was like the closest they had to like a full 3D sculpt of his head.
Great. Imagine if they kept it in shadow the whole time, because it doesn't look very good.
Yeah. Imagine if they didn't do it in the first place. Imagine if they didn't feel obligated.
Let's not get a little, I mean, come on.
Marco.
Let's not expect too much from them.
Well, no more. No more street this way.
Nope, can't go that way. You ever watch the Hammer Dracula, the original Hammer Dracula? With Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing? It's fucking great.
Yes, familiar, but have not seen it.
It fucking rules.
Have you seen, Cass, have you seen Seven Golden Vampires, the co-production with the Shaw brothers?
I have indeed. I've also seen Robot Vampire or Robot Dracula, whatever the fuck it's called, the one that has RoboCop on the cover. Hey, Charkie.
Yeah?
How you coming along?
Little lost.
Yeah, that's about where I was earlier today when I was demoing this one.
This turns into a Dear Esther-like at this point.
All right, where can we trigger the next dialogue? Where can I trigger the next voiceover?
I see. That's what I thought. Like, I just follow the voices, right? And I was like trying to find, like, okay, when's the next time that lady's gonna say, "Get away from me"?
That's a. Is there by turning the Dear Esther like walking path into a light gun shooter?
That would save that game for me. That would make that game interesting to me. Finally, that's what it would take.
So now they put the house from Gone Home into Counter-Strike.
Did they? Try this alleyway on your left.
Some people.
Nothing? Okay, turn back
Okay,
around.
you keep going, and then all of a sudden... Okay.
We have to find the answer.
Okay, so
by
this is
ourselves.
where I killed those two vampires.
Handball Gang redeemed to say something nice.
Weather effects are alright. Like the,
Wait a
the
minute.
reflection. Pretty good.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's valid. That's good.
Is she the box? Yeah! No, I think
Found
Charkie
it.
found it.
Alright.
So this is a dead end, so you have to go around. Think about her being on, like, in this direction, but go around.
What's that? It's a little... Can you climb that for no reason?
Yeah, can I climb? Give me a hand here. Can I go through a door?
Oh my
Can I
god, I'm just
climb
gonna take
something?
control. I don't know the exact answer.
3 in a row. We don't have to play shit tonight. Just keep playing it badly.
Okay, let's go. My thinking is go around this way.
I went that way before. I did go this way, and then I ended up back where I started.
Dead end.
And that's a dead end. So you're doing the thing I did the first time.
Got some Z fighting back there.
Is this a dead end? Yes. Gotta check them out.
I know, because I already did.
I'm looking for any odd alleyway. I'm looking for... Ah, here it is.
Oh,
Oh, is that your wife?
That's my wife.
I kill her.
Honey,
Fellas, women are always doing this, right?
honey, I want a divorce. Oh, accidentally clicked in on the left analog stick. She has a little health bar. Did you see that?
Does she? Oh yeah, she does.
After the fight, Emily retreated again, assuming she had lost me. But with the aid of some arcane apparatus, I was able to track her corpse to the nearby docks.
What?
No subtitles either. Of course not.
Johnny Baghead says that path did not lead around. I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, I'll overwrite that data. And I'll at least look at a little bit of this.
Apparatus.
An arcane apparatus. All right, let's hunt her into the next level, why don't we? See how long this stretches on for.
Under the docks.
Under the boardwalk.
Once there, I observed my prey as she met with her sire.
You're not calling her Emily anymore?
Before boarding an aging...
Yes, he has to dehumanize her so he can feel okay about putting her down.
And the docks themselves were well... I know...
Okay, we can't hear this dialogue anyway, so I might as well just fucking skip it.
The vessel.
Not my surprise approach.
If I could find a way out to them, it would also serve as my passage aboard. I would have to avoid...
She's wiping away her tears like she's like sad, like I messed up.
What's on the ship? My hand would reach you.
Sorry, boss.
Is she in trouble?
You're the worst vampire. We're going to demote you to werewolf unless you ship up.
We got a revolver. It's a good game now. I take back everything mean I said.
Oh, I got 18 shots in reserve.
I don't know how the fuck either of you can read those as numbers.
I guess you do have a surprise attack here.
Huh?
Oh, you spoiled your stealth approach. I see.
It's just it just kicked you in the ass.
Or was you what? Or that was supposed to happen and you kidnapped?
No, this is bad.
Who's that person walking in the air on the right? Look at that person on the right outside the screen. What are they doing?
Your title screen to the title screen.
Oh, what a piece of shit.
I don't know what you guys are seeing in this game. What person? I didn't see anyone.
Charkie, you're watching this in the tiniest screen imaginable. Just accept that you'll never be able to read any of the stuff on screen.
Oh, you said there was a person standing there.
There was a person walking in the air. It was a person hovering in the air because they're... You'll see it in the replay.
All right.
You'll see it when we get you a real fucking screen. And a desk. And a mouse and keyboard. And whatever else you need.
Once there, I noticed the adjacent warehouse was stuck in...
I can't skip this. You have to sit through this every time. It's like Beverly Hills Cop for the PS2.
It would also serve as my passage abroad. I would have to avoid detection inside the warehouse at all costs. What's on the ship? My hunt will resume.
Okay.
Wait, so the mission where he's like, I have to avoid detection, he's like, and then I brought out my revolver.
Do not be seen or attack anyone, as the alarm will be raised and you will never get on board the ship.
I have put this on the monitor that is like right in front of me, like the actual computer monitor. Those still do not look like numbers to me.
I think this is our culprit. I think this is who was walking.
Right.
I think when the ship moved, their model stayed behind. Are you trying to control this, Charkie?
No.
Why is my character moving forward of their own volition?
That's
just my dual sense. It's not you.
Oh.
I know what it is.
Keeping low and moving as quietly as I could, I entered the warehouse.
Oh, come on.
Unfortunately, I was very loud.
See,
I mean, now you're on
look,
board the
Charkie,
ship.
look, it's gonna happen again.
Or you're not.
Do you see this lady? Do you see this person walking about?
Oh, now that is so hard to see. Yeah, it's just like black on black. But now I see it for sure, right there.
And now we can go to the title screen.
Now we can finally return to the title screen where we belong. Ay. One more try. I'm giving this one more shot. Even though it does not deserve it.
Wow, just as compelling as Vampire Knight. You heard it here first.
Killer soundtrack, though. I mean, this is wherever they license this from, whatever stock music they they found, whatever CD, whatever asset library they lifted this from. Boy, howdy. I'm gonna quick save when this cutscene finishes playing.
Aren't you glad I found this game?
Oh, so glad. And I'm so glad that I chose to take it from you, that I chose to be the one to play it despite everything.
So is Emily becoming the Daemon Summoner? Are you the Daemon Summoner?
That'll all be answered in Daemon Summoner 2, The Return. Coming soon.
What's on the ship? My hunt will resume.
Wee.
I'm sorry, Vampire Master.
Okay. How do I save state again here? There we go. Okay.
I guess just get on the ship?
No, they still need to get in the warehouse first.
These vision cones. They vision mine?
Are we in a Beverly Hills Cop situation again?
As quietly as I could, I entered the warehouse.
He said out loud to all the vampires in there.
Oh, hold on.
Now it
let's
doesn't
check.
matter.
Fine,
Wait,
just
what?
don't attack. Just don't attack. It's fine.
Stealth maintained. Is this working? Is this actually, am I doing it? Is this?
It's like a T-Rex, kind of.
Follow the walkway up to the crane. Is double checking? Yeah, okay. Stealthy as stealth can be.
It's like if you get caught like shoplifting at like a Walmart or something. No one can legally detain you, but they can follow you around.
Can I just walk past those two too? Or, no, nah, there we go.
The guy
God
chasing
damn it.
you finally noticed that you were there.
All right, let's slow to state there. Let's see if I can replicate that again. Let's see if we can just do that again. Wait for you to pass by first. I love his walk. I love his swagger.
Yeah.
Keeping low and moving as quietly as I could, I entered the warehouse.
It's gonna happen again. I can feel it. I can smell it. I can taste it. This dude's gonna chase us. And yep, they forgot to make him an active sentry in the same way as the other enemies in this level are. They forgot to attach a script to him that just ends the level. That just,
Does he detect you if you stand up?
No.
Does anyone detect you if you stand up?
Probably. Okay, so we have two dudes looking... Oh,
Well-
god damn it. Okay, maybe I won't kite that guy. Maybe I will try another route.
Maybe follow that guy who was walking the other way.
No, I'm going to try to go down the center.
Yeah, Magic Mouse says, are you not able to kill people? Like, what if you killed the guy who is like...
I think that would be an instant fail. I think firing my weapon is an instant fail.
Well, surely with the revolver, yes. But one would think that the crossbow would be more quiet.
But you don't think the
Also takes up like all of your view... Okay, I guess the crossbow isn't more quiet.
I didn't shoot
It's
it.
very loud. I know, but it's very loud just being there.
This is brutal. Imagine having to load.
Wait for it to load
the title every time.
Go back to the title screen every single time.
Just
or whatever it said besides title screen on that thing, because I think it was misspelled.
Just shitty, hostile design. Okay, so the only way I can go consistently is the way that attracts that enemy to me. It is the way that magnetizes that one enemy.
Did you not, like, follow behind the guy who's walking? You know, go, like, the other direction?
There are people on the right-hand side. The first track we found, the first way we tried to go was to the right here.
Okay.
Keeping low.
Oh, it's a
saying-
hidey hole.
Like here.
Okay.
How would you know? Oh, it does. Okay.
What the?
Oh, it's a scripted event. Oh. So there is like one specific way they want you to do this.
Yep, unfortunately. You know what? I'm gonna quick save once we make it here too. We may not have our friend with us. We might have our buddy following us here, but at the very least, we'll have made some progress in this. Even though, honestly, this might be my last attempt at this, because we do have one more game to get to, which also involves stealth action, believe it or not. I wish I could make like a distraction happen, right? Make some noise.
Fire your gun. That would be a distraction. That'd get their attention for sure.
What am I supposed to do here when they have patrols on? Oh, you know what? I got it. All right. Mm-hmm. What?
Nope.
Fuck off! I'm so right, though. That's absolutely what you need to do, is you need to just go behind that guy. Let's see how much of it is stand up. Does this make any difference? Can I get a little more move speed out of this? I still need to wait for this guy to make his rounds here. Wait, I can just do this. Speed up. I put fast forward on. Or uncap the frame rate.
Yeah.
And good. Okay.
Any point on the walkway? Because then it's someone. Nope.
Alright, I think I know what I gotta do. Fuck! I thought I knew what I had to do. Oh, whatever. That's Daemon Summoner. Perhaps one day.
Is that lady still gonna be?
Oh, undoubtedly. Alright.
Oh, it looks like she got unloaded.
Oh. She unpacked. She unloaded. Ah, well. That was Daemon Summoner for the PlayStation 2, and if you can make it further than we did, you're made of stronger stuff than we are. Ay, ay, ay. Midas Interactive with the bangers. All right, one last game tonight. This one is another interesting one. Another stealth action one. This is Vampire Reign Altered Species, which is an enhanced conversion port. It's an enhanced version of the game Vampire Reign, which was originally released for the Xbox 360 on January 25th, 2007 in Japan. This PS3 version, this remastered, upgraded version, comes out August 21st, 2008. But either way, it is developed by Artoon, who I believe in one of our previous videos, I incorrectly called the developers of Balan Wonderworld. I was thinking of Arzest, which is in fact the successor studio to Artoon. So I was like half right on that. So even when I'm wrong, I'm right. Thank you very much. This was published by AQ. Sorry, what was that?
They made Yoshi's New Island, didn't they?
I'll believe it. I can tell you for a fact that this was published by AQ Interactive on the Xbox 360 initially. They who published The Ring, not The Ring Terror's Realm, Ju-On the Grudge. That's the video where we last mentioned Artoon. And published by Ignition Entertainment in this PS3 release. So yeah. That being said, all that out of the way, let's load it up. Why don't we? This is not the worst version of the game. I think the 360 version has less quality of life features, less, things of that nature, but we will persist. I still don't think this version of it is particularly well received. I will have to switch to the 16:9 screen for this, though. Because this is, in fact, a 16:9, a widescreen game having come out in 2008.
Video Game King says, wherever heard the name Ignition Entertainment before? A lot of things, but you may be thinking of Deadly Premonition.
Yeah, these developers and publishers and all these folks, they get around. On the Bad Game Hall of Fame, we get a lot of repeats, as they say.
So they did the PS3 version of Deadly Premonition. Whew.
Xbox 360 version, actually.
Okay. All right.
Is she a vampire?
Is she Rain?
Trying to balance the volume against this.
I'll be safer in this alleyway.
By the way, the chat is covering the game's watermark here, by the way.
Yeah.
You okay, lady?
Like a rain of
Anball Gang says the graphics look okay. It's a pre-rendered cutscene. Possible native abnormality?
Dick Tracy villains.
They call him Scarface because his face is all scarred up. Call him Blockhead because there's a block stuck in his head.
I wish that guy's name was Andrew Christ.
So for those who don't know, this game is like Splinter Cell meets vampires is what I recall people like discussing this game as, the point of comparison that a lot of people made. But also decidedly very Japanese in its design. Very of its era.
Like, watching this play gave me a lot of, like, Metal Gear Solid kind of vibes. Even though it's definitely more Splinter Cell.
Damn, you're peeking the mic.
Yeah, that's what happens when you almost get to the end of the maze on level 3. I remember streaming the Screamer maze game for some people once, and when I got to that 3rd level, I like was purposely losing constantly and not able to get to the end, and just go, okay, I give up.
Turn that voice all the way up, baby. And give me a little more on the background music, even a little more sound effects. Why not? Speed and accuracy for aim camera in verse. User interface on or off. You can just turn off the heads-up display if you like. If you want to be fully immersed in the game. Save current trend? Yeah, sure. Why not? The gallery.
Chev Shello says, I saw this game being sold at my local 7-Eleven circa 2011.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Play downloaded stages.
DLC.
No download content. All right, so much for that.
Gotta
Online competition mode. So yeah, there was a multiplayer component to this.
Potato sack races and relays.
We're gonna skip the first level because it's just tutorializing, it's just navigation. Nothing particularly exciting happens in it. I got my S rank. This does do a fun thing though, where you see this tutorial 1, tutorial 2. They will let you they will come up with new reasons to play the stage. They will take the same stage and populate it with different stuff. My controller, I know what the problem is. My DualSense has stick drift now.
Yeah.
I've joined the club.
That's the show budget
This
right
is a
there.
present
Thank you for the
from me
subscription,
to
Jordan.
Okay, let me try holding it like this. I'm gonna hold the controller upright so it stops pointing up. And I'm also gonna primarily use the D-pad, but I always primarily use the D-pad. Anyway, these tutorials would like give you the same stage, but then give you new objectives. So they're maximizing, like, you know, the assets as much as they can, which I always appreciate. But we're just gonna jump directly into the second stage.
The odor.
Lloyd.
Once again, they await further orders.
This is Dixon calling Extermination Team Leader. There's been a minor problem with the ongoing operation. From this point on, I'll be in command. Your first order of business is to take out every comm facility in the city. Cutting off communications between the Nightwalkers should make your job easier.
Begging your pardon, sir. I thought the...
That's so polite of him. Begging your pardon, sir.
That still needs
If I might interrupt, I might interject for one moment.
relevant data uploaded to your command vehicle.
What about the advanced recon team, sir?
We haven't been able to establish any contact with them yet. We've got a probe up to see if we can pinpoint their position. Until we locate them, you'll have to operate without their support. In short, you're on your own. Dixon out.
Hanson, did you catch all that?
Every last detail, Captain. I've got an electro-pulse device in the vehicle that'll neutralize the base station.
Good.
Hopefully they'll think the station got hit by lightning or
All
something.
right, I adjusted the volume a little bit more, so it shouldn't be peaking as much if it was peaking before, which I suspect it was.
Okay, this is us here. It looks like your
Magic Meow says the shade of the rain pouring down is actually pretty nice for the era. I mean, it's in the title.
there with Electro Pulse device.
Here's the nearest McDonald's. We'll stop and get a snack.
That way you won't attract any unwanted attention. Understood?
Roger that. Hanson out.
Okay, you know what to do. We'll hit the comm facility after we rendezvous with Hanson.
Gotta love that tack map.
Bob.
I feel like having the one goggle over one eye would make looking at things annoying.
Press the R3 button to activate telescope view. Wait, hold on, what's that?
Spot Sagittarius.
From the far east side.
Mangosteen. Wow.
Majestic Mangosteen. Oh, what else we got? Rhinoceros, a film by Gozuke Sugimura.
The year of film. Best director.
Is that the review?
Truly, this is the year of film.
Well, hold on. Was that right next to it? It was like beans or jelly beans or something. It is delicious.
Whatever it is, it's delicious.
And with no telling you what it is delicious.
You have to find out for yourself. You have to sample the wares.
That's it. That's the comm facility. And that's the antenna we've got to take out. But first, let's rendezvous with Hanson.
Let's put some more UI elements up here.
Also, I think I need to move the chat up a little bit so people can see the full interface of the game. So there you go.
Of course. Our heckler in Mach 99.
So, stealth game, typical controls. You got your crouch, you got your jump. You can dangle off of stuff. Bring up your gun. Do a cool little kick. It works.
Vampires are weak in their shins.
Those item boxes?
No, just scenery, unfortunately.
Looks like it's locked. Lloyd.
What?
Blow out the lock with your sidearm. The silencer will kill the sound of the shot, but not the bullet's impact. The best you can do is make sure there's nobody around to hear the bullet.
No one knows how to lockpick here.
Okay.
I know that this was a 360 game first, but this is a very PS3 ass game.
Definitely has that feel, that vibe.
Yeah.
All right, mission accomplished.
Moving together makes us an easy target. From here on, we'll split up.
No, don't leave me.
The rendezvous point.
This is gonna go badly.
Just do me a favor. Avoid any contact with enemy. Understood?
All right, kill them all. Got it.
Okay. Move out.
So let's see what happens if you break stealth in this game.
Ooh.
So I promise as soon as we see an enemy, we'll fight an enemy.
Can we jump to that building?
We do not have vampire jumping.
What is the purpose of the stairwell? In universe, why would you have stairs that do that?
Some people like to hang out at the bottom of the stairs. You know, what can you say? Oh.
It's for selfies, yeah.
When I was in high school, at the bottom of...
Whoops, sorry.
When I was in high school, at the bottom of the stairs, or at least one set of the stairs, there was a hole in the wall that you could crawl into. And some folks there, set up magazines and books and, inflatable couch. And they would just hang out in that hole in the wall until someone figured out what was happening.
Hey, what's wrong with you? What are you? No. Stay away from me!
Is it supposed to be going black constantly like this?
Yes. This game has a lot of fades and cuts to black. I don't appreciate it. It looks bad, but it's what the game does.
Oh, that one was a slow fade to black.
Watch out for the birds.
I don't know if they're the biggest problem I have right now. I'm more worried about the vampire in front of me, but...
fire a shot from a safe position and scare him off.
Okay, fine. Guess we'll take care of the birds.
I remember, God, when I was in like 4th grade, I think, or school, there was a stairwell with and there's a part of the wall at the bottom of the stairwell that was clearly painted over, and it had a light switch panel with like 4 switches on it.
Okay, so here's a vampire.
I was like convinced.
Well, we can just plug him in the head. Well, we can just take him out of the headshots. Still gotta line it up, but...
No.
Yeah, so breaking stealth in this game is not recommended, at least in the early game. Not till they give you real guns. Not till they give you real weapons.
Good thinking. Become one of them and infiltrate their society.
They'll never suspect a thing if you come from the inside. Okay, let's try that again with a little more respect for the game, I guess.
Commander says, we can't have them giving away their position if they fly away, so step back 20 steps and shoot near them. Totally stealthy when they fly away, then.
Let's see if I can do it before they even... See? Problem solved. Now she won't hear the gunshot and come investigating it all. I think you do get more powerful as the game goes on, too. I think they give you more tools, if it were, to protect yourself, to attack the enemies with.
Is this a romantic spot?
Also, I don't know much about the...
I was about to say, if I don't see the cutscene, then he won't die.
It's true. Now he'll live forever.
Yeah, I don't know what the plot of this game is though, so I'm hoping
Wait,
that
this guy's a vampire too?
Yeah, he transformed. You see, and I'm hoping the plot resolves that the vampires are the cause of either alchemy or like Zoroastrianism or something.
Let's try this again. Would you believe if I said that most players don't make it past this second level? Don't make it past this first combat encounter? That most people I've seen complain about this game have never made it past this. And I mean, and rightfully so. This seems pretty, like, immediately unforgiving. Immediately pretty brutal, all things told. But where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. So I would love to get past her.
Tap her on the shoulder, on her right shoulder, and then sneak around her left side. No sort of stealth kill in this game where you can like grab someone from behind.
There is like a UV knife or something, isn't there? Like a limited resource weapon.
Oh, we have that, but she heard me turn my goggles on, so...
Get more quiet eyes.
Why they send the agents with the highest blood pressure on these missions?
For cinematic flair. Doesn't do much for the tacticality of the mission, but... Alright. Here's what I'm going to try. Maybe, just maybe, I shouldn't try to preempt what the game tells me to do. Maybe, just maybe, it's the shot to scare these birds off.
Did you say that in a normal voice?
I think so.
Nope.
I felt my controller rumble. So she totally saw me. It's just...
All right, he's all the way over there. I'm not going to chase after that guy.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, when I suggested taking games off the list because we could potentially like do a long play of them in the future, this was not one of the ones.
Well, I think it's one of the ones.
We should long play in the future.
I'm interested in seeing this game through to the end. Because I admit I have not played too much more of this game than beyond this point, so...
I almost considered buying it at one point. But I think like used copies were
astronomically
like out of
high.
that range. Not, they weren't super expensive, but it was just too high for like this could be neat or like amusing. It's too close to a normal video game price.
You know, I was looking up Sonic Boom prices the other day. They're actually not that expensive.
All right, she's looking at the wall.
Didn't the guy over here kill you?
He
Or are
did.
you gonna go a different way?
I just have to assume that everyone in this fucking city is a vampire.
Except that one guy.
The one guy who got killed.
Yeah.
They already killed the last non-vampire. These levels have like an almost open design. They say like, here's your objective. Figure out how to get there. There it is, the Universal Shopping Mall. The Tony Law Service. The restaurant.
That Tony Law's restaurant. I assume it's that's like a lawyer. It's a law service from someone named Tony. But I like
Tony's
to
Law.
imagine it's Tony Law. From the Tony Law's restaurant, we treat you right.
And then go next door, get yourself a sandwich on us.
We import legal seafood.
I want that illegal seafood. I think we made it.
Oh, and no more music. All right.
Well, stealth. The music would be distracting.
But there was music when they were enemies.
Glad to see you made it. You didn't happen to run into a missing recon team on your way here, did you?
I didn't see a soul, Captain. Here's the requested electro-pulse device and a gun for additional protection. I hate rain.
We're lucky to have it. The stuff is supposed to dampen a Nightwalker's senses. Without the rain, they'd find us in a sec and make mincemeat out of us.
With all those
Yeah, I know how that goes.
I'm surprised anyone in the city is alive.
Humans born in a city taken by Nightwalkers have left, but they always return. They return usually with a spouse they met elsewhere. Sometimes they've got kids.
Jeez. What makes them do it?
Some say it's a smell. A sweet and subtle odor that permeates a city occupied by Nightwalkers.
What?
I've heard that anybody raised with that odor can't resist being away from it.
What is happening?
I've never noticed it.
Hey!
Well, he said Hayes is like, hey, I know you.
Give Lloyd some cover. Lloyd!
Yeah, so the assault rifle works a little better.
You know, I guess Vampire Rain is a better title than Smell Good City.
Lloyd, you okay?
Yeah, so far.
Colonel, we're standing by with the electric...
Colonel, as we answer a codec call.
Send Lloyd inside the comm facility and have him take out the antenna.
You want me to send Lloyd in alone, sir?
That's what I said, Captain. The rest of you fall back to the command vehicle.
Sparky Fluffle says, I thought this was Metal Gear for a second. Well, you're telling me it's not? You're telling me I've been misled?
There's a reason I said earlier that I was getting Metal Gear vibes when I saw you play this.
Hey, can you give me some more ammo? Can you guys give me like a few more bullets? I could really use them. Because I burned through so much of my ammo here. You tap L2 to cycle through your weapons. I don't know why the camera had to fade there. I don't know why it had to do that.
NPCs left, and you can't just unload them when they're out of sight.
To recover life, remain
Can you get that
stationary
pipe?
without a weapon at the ready. Luckily we didn't lose anything, so... Oh my god, we're trapped in here. I need to find another way
You're
out.
Okay.
I think I found it.
Oh, you've been detected.
Uh-oh. Well, that's too many enemies to deal with.
Yep. I do like how you ragdoll.
What was I supposed to do there?
Well, you see, once you saw the single indicator, should have backed off.
Say something nice. Did it at least refill my ammo? No. Brutal. Positively brutal, this game. Absolutely unforgiving. Okay, what can I do here?
Here we go. Yeah.
I can't climb up it.
Oh. Say something nice. There's a jump button. I do like that. That sounds facetious, but I mean that actually.
Yeah, it's fun. It opens up your options. Fortunately, it doesn't open up to where I can just climb over this wall, but I can at least do this.
The top of the wall's a vampire.
Can't go around the corner.
Nope. Okay.
Right, but maybe if a vampire detects you, you can climb up that ledge, and then they'll
not detect me anymore.
Well,
it just says caution.
Yeah, just look, be cautious right now. I don't mean to alarm you.
Oh! They sent me flying.
Combo.
I'm sure there's
Never
some
seen a
sort
game
of
where
rhyme or reason to this. I'm sure there's something you're supposed to do here.
This is a present from me to you.
My controller is having a great time, by the way.
Never seen a game where the enemies get to do combo mad videos on you.
Johnny Baghead says 30 out of 40 from Fammy to everyone. Probably the highest review of this game. And thank you, Sundown McMoon, for subscribing.
And a gift sub.
And a gift sub. That's much appreciated. Should I give this one more fucking shot before we wrap it up for the night?
Sure. Probably won't take that long.
No, probably not, huh?
Yeah.
Where am I
You can't
supposed
pipe
to go?
shimmy?
Can I not what?
Can you pipe shimmy on that pipe by the car?
Maybe. Oh, good call.
Yeah. I thought of it because when I played the PS2 Ghost in the Shell game by Kavia, I got stuck for a really long time at one part till I realized you could shimmy on a pipe.
That game is... I wish I liked that game. I wish that game was worthy of being liked. It is. It's interesting. It tries some things. Yeah.
Oh, good. Someone left the gun out here.
It has instant kill throwing knives, so it's pretty good.
Combat arena?
Hey, I know you. Oh, no, he doesn't attack you. Okay.
Not spotted yet. Perhaps there's time to sneak. No, I think you're gonna have to go through them.
Yep. Watch this guy be the only non-vampire.
No, I think he's a vampire. I think you maybe should have taken that from a distance.
Well, you know, I figured like rules of engagement are you don't shoot until you know they're a vampire, right? That would be like some sort of rule.
That everyone in this fucking town is a vampire.
Yeah, you know, ultimately you're right. Ultimately you are correct.
In fact, I think they explicitly said that.
No, some people come back because it smells nice.
Yeah, some
what if
people
you just thought it smelled
like
nice?
the ambiance, it's like the aesthetic of it. Just some people like the "it's delicious" sign.
Still, I'm pretty sure one of the people did say like, "Oh yeah, they've chased all the humans out of the city."
But then, how about that guy that got thrown in the dumpster earlier? Was that guy? What was that dude's deal? What about that nurse in the opening cutscene?
But at this point.
All right, it's time for revenge. Is branded parking?
Yeah, so you need to be that far just to,
just to get enough shots in to kill them before they get to me. And
oh, the blood,
acid blood, alien rules. Let's see how long it takes to regenerate that little bit of health. Okay, not bad.
Okay. Ooh, more treats.
And they're telling me which way to go, too.
Yum, yum, yum.
I feel like this is one of those things where you're going to end up, like, there's going to be a big cardboard box propped up with a gun underneath it.
This is how we get all the agents.
Yeah.
Does it have aesthetic lighting?
I suggest taking a good look around and finding a safe route.
No thanks.
I suggest just running in there, making a lot of noise, and getting caught.
That sounds like my style. shopping mall, Grand Town. I think that's what it says. That is maybe some of the most indistinguishable characters. Maybe one of the worst fonts I've ever seen. Where the R and the A and the N and the D and the G all look like the same fucking character. Ay, ay, ay.
That's how I felt about the Daemon Summoner, trying to look at those numbers.
All
right, you got.
Can I go through this door?
You know,
the only detail I saw about the main character is that he's of Welsh descent, so I'm assuming that it's something related to that lets him sense when vampires are looking at him.
You know, I think that if you like just see the vampires as a metaphor for like they're just like normal people, and this game is actually about having social anxiety and trying to be in public.
I really thought I had something there. I really thought, like, they're not going to have a contingency if you're dangling off an edge. They're not going to think about that. They thought about it. They did think about it there. That's going to do it for Vampire Reign, unfortunately. I'm curious as fuck about this game and what the rest of it looks like. But tonight is not the night to find out. Tonight will not bring us answers on that front. Oy vey. At least that's a strong note to end on, I think. I think that was an interesting one. It was certainly a novel one. And again, I am compelled. I do want to see more. So that's the kind of bad game that gets its hooks in me. As frustrating as that was, that's the kind of sicko shit that I go for. So perhaps there will be more Vampire Reign in future. But for tonight, folks, that will do it for our show tonight. That'll do it for the Bad Game Hall of Fame. That will do it for, what was the name of this stream again? Vampire Games Suck?
Yep.
Referencing a 2010 parody movie, a 2010 parody of Twilight. That's the kind of timely references you can expect here from us at the Bad Game Hall of Fame. What have we learned tonight? What's our conclusion? What can we draw? What lesson learned about vampire video games?
From the selection of ones that we've played, which are almost every single vampire game that's out there.
I think that's it. I think we covered all the bases. I think the most interesting vampire games are the ones where you get to play as vampires. Like, honestly speaking, like, vampire hunting is one thing. And, you know, I'm sure you can make a fine game out of vampire hunting. You can make a fine game out of, you know, collecting stakes and crossbow bolts and whatnot. But honestly, like, the most, like, immediately engaging games tonight were the likes of Fright Night and that Dracula game for the Intellivision, and even that arcade one. Those were somehow the most playable games tonight. Besides Vampire Night, which I guess you also play as vampires in that game, so my point still fucking stands. Yeah, I think there's something to be said for playing as the monster, being the antagonist. That is exciting. That is a change of pace that vampires are naturally suited to, being that they're like humanoid and that their powers are pretty well defined. I would like to see more games. I know there was that Vampire game that came out in the past few years where you play as a recently turned vampire. Obviously, there's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. No More FPS mentions Bloodnet. So the list goes on of games where you play as the baddie. And
Gothos.
Gothos. There we go, which was almost here tonight. We almost played Gothos, but I couldn't get Windows 3.1 running, and it would have been like a pain in the ass. But check out Grimbeard's video on that game. The point being, my conclusion being that these games where you have to hunt monsters are also, like, you know, there's plenty of passable ones along these lines, but the exceptional ones give you some of the vampire powers, give you some of the strength to persevere, to go toe-to-toe with other vampires, as seen in Vampire Night, or to stalk humans. You know, video games are ultimately, many of them, at least especially during this era, were meant to be power fantasies. And what could be cooler than stalking humans as a vampire? What can make you feel more powerful than that? And the games that did not heed that lesson tonight that made you feel completely weak to them, completely susceptible to them, like they were constantly outfoxing and outmaneuvering and out-stealthing and out-biting you. Ended up being the most frustrating games tonight. So make of that what you will. Any alternative conclusions? Any other lessons learned?
Yeah, it's that vampires are nearly impossible to kill, and also vampires are very easy to kill.
Yes.
Depending on the circumstances, depending on the context, depending on what the developer thought about them. And how about you, Charkie?
I could have gotten through that one level in Daemon Summoner if you gave me at least like 2 more minutes.
I'm sure you could have. But I got impatient. And that's on me. And I'm sorry for that. But you know me. You know how patience and me are on 2 separate pages sometimes. So sorry about that. But I did spare you that stealth level, didn't I? I did spare you having to play that. So maybe you should be thanking me in my impatience.
Yeah, I successfully dodged playing every single game I was
obligated
to play tonight.
Anyway, that will do it for our Vampire Games Suck stream. And some of these games certainly sucked. Some of them I'm interested to see more of. But time will tell on those fronts. What do we got coming up for the rest of the week? Well, it's Saturday. Tuesday, we're beginning a playthrough. Did we say what the game was yet?
I think we did, and then after that, you said you didn't want to say what it was.
Well, I'll just fucking say it. It's Clock Tower 2: The Struggle Within, which are also known as Clock Tower Ghost Head in Japan. We will begin playing that on Tuesday and try to wrap it up before the end of October. Try to get it done in 2 episodes, which may be easier said than done. It's also a game I've gone and written about already, so if you want to see what our opinions are, if you want to spoil it for yourself, go to badgamehalloffame.com/clock-tower-2-the-struggle-within, or something to that effect. I mean, I'll just link it. How about I just link it for the good people at home? There you are. So that's a nice goofy one as well. With some incredible voice acting packed to the gills. So pleased to enjoy that. Pleased to enjoy our suffering through that. Thursday, we will continue with more Enter the Matrix, as played by Johnny Baghead, working towards some sort of conclusion on that game. Either 3 episodes, 4 episodes, time will tell. And then Saturday, unknown. I'll figure something out. We'll send October off with a bang on Saturday, I think, I would hope. Come up with one last horror-themed theme night.
I do have an idea.
You have an idea?
Yeah, we'll discuss it later.
Okay, very good. I'm eager to hear that. If you like what you saw here tonight, consider subscribing on Twitch, pledging on Patreon, boosting us on Discord. If you join the Discord server, you will gain access, if you're a paying member, to our Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote on upcoming games for us to play, make suggestions, the works, you know the deal, engagement, talk directly to us. Even if you're not a paying subscriber, you can still join the Discord server, obviously, and just hang out with us in our almost nightly hangout calls that we put on. If you can't financially support us, we completely understand. Just consider sharing the videos with folk. We have a playlist on YouTube. It's called Suggested Viewing. There's about 20 videos on it. All of them make for great introductions to the channel, and I believe, it is my assertion, that there's some of the best onboarding we have. Or maybe you know someone who really loves Vampire Suck, the 2010 comedy movie, and maybe you'll pop them by linking them to this episode in particular. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewer. Let's see who's streaming on a Saturday night. Let's see if there's any ghouls or ghosts or vampires doing a stream right now. Liz Star is playing retro games in an achievement-like fashion. So they're playing for retro achievements. I think they have a spooky Halloween-themed avatar, so that's good enough for me. And that's a good enough reason, that's a good enough motivation to pick them out. So please to send them our love, Liz Star's good folk, good goblins. And yeah, that will do it for us here tonight on the Bad Game Hall of Fame. I have been Count Cassidy, as mentioned earlier.
I've been Baroness Von Charkie. Von Malibu.
I've been Sid the Vamp, both meanings.
Ooh, very cool. Yes, our gallery of ghouls tonight. We hope you had some laughs, some tears for the dramatic moments. But most of all, we hope that you took warning, because vampires are real, and they will get you unless you put garlic around your house at all times. And never let them knock on your door. If they knock on your door, don't let them in, because they need to be invited in. So these are my life advice. These are my tips for all of you out there. Take it seriously. I'm definitely someone who takes this very seriously, and I believe in ghosts too, and all other monsters. This is the new direction. We're going towards conspiracy content. We're going towards monster conspiracy, and it's a bold new direction for the show. And we couldn't do it without, bringing more folk on. So we thank you again for joining us tonight, Sid. Thank you, Charkie, as usual. Thank you, me. Thank you, Cassidy. You're the best. Thank you. That means so much to me to hear that from me. Bye!
Good night, everybody.